later.
I guess we'll get there later.
Yeah.
All right,
We're gonna
then.
put up in there later.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Today's, we don't have a guest this week. Next week, we're going to have the smartest, we're going to have the sickest, we're going to have the bestest. Paris McQueen, live in the studio to wrap up Women's Wrestling Month. She's one of my favorite performers. She's a great gal, and it'll be real cool to have her. She's very new to the business, but she's super talented. Very excited to have her next week here on the show. But this week, I thought we'll keep it to the fellas. We'll talk about women in wrestling, not that are the hottest, not that are the best, because we've talked about that ad nauseum. Women who've made the biggest impact, in our opinion, on the wrestling business. I've got my two. You two keep your two a secret.
No,
Top secret. But we're going to start with Kev. Kev, I want to hear from you, bud. Who do you think, as a woman, has made the biggest impact on the wrestling business?
So it's a lot of names that I had came up with. Like in my head, I had to write them down and stuff like that just to keep everything going. So this first one I picked up has to do with aura alone. Standing out in the ring. She didn't really have to do much.
Okay.
But just stand there and stand by her man. I'm talking about Miss Elizabeth.
Okay. She was a game changer, though.
Yeah,
she was so unique because she just stood there, kind of.
Yeah, all she had to do was just stand by Macho Man.
Mm-hmm.
And what I loved about Miss Elizabeth, every time she is always something different, always a different outfit.
Yeah.
And you can prove that on WrestleMania 4.
Right.
Every time it came out, always something different.
Always different. Yeah, that's true. I think that, she added so much to him because Macho Man was like so out of control and so insane. It was like a Beauty and the Beast type thing, Like, Sarge, what do you think about Miss Elizabeth and her impact on the business? What did she pioneer? Because I think she pioneered a lot.
First ever female manager, essentially. I don't like to use the word valet because she was his manager. They did the sweepstakes, remember, where who was going to manage Macho Man.
Yeah.
And all the heel managers, Blassie and Fuji and Luscious Jimmy Valiant, or Johnny Valiant, they all wanted the services of Macho Man and then ended up going to Liz.
Didn't they do the same thing for Bam Bam?
They did.
They did the same thing.
They did. They did the same exact angle, but they didn't make it as dramatic with Macho.
No.
But they did do it. They did do it to where it was like, who's going to come escort Macho Man to the ring?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then they took that angle and did it again with Bam Bam. But first ever valet. The only knock on Elizabeth to me watching her is I always felt like she helped or hurt him more than helped him because she was to me, she came off as a liability because she wasn't physically able to handle herself. And at that time, other managers, they could handle themselves a little bit. Even Jimmy Hart, he could slide the megaphone in. He could pull the referee.
Well, yeah.
Bobby Heenan could come in. I always looked at her as kind of like, well, what's she going to do?
This is true, but I looked at it as like aura between Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man.
The prestige.
You already know Macho Man had that prestige and everything like that with the outfits. I'm talking about like later on down his career.
Well, she proved her worth in SummerSlam '88 when she got up on the apron and gave the little flash to DiBiase. She proved her worth then.
And that was like the very first time we had seen something like that.
Right.
Too. I'm like, oh, what?
Yes. She gave the little shot to DiBiase, and that was what caused that finish for the Mega Powers. So
that was really good. It was kind of like less is more, but I think another really cool angle with Miss Elizabeth was the Ric Flair Macho Man build to WrestleMania for the title, where Rick had all those pictures of them.
Yeah, the Photoshop
dating.
pictures.
Right. They're dead.
At the pool.
Yeah, and he threatened to show all these naughty pictures of Miss Elizabeth. And I thought that was so good because it was like it flipped. Because you're right. At that point, they kind of beat the whole damsel in distress thing to death.
Yeah,
because it was but it worked, right? And it was so good because Elizabeth is Macho's weak point, but then and you flip it, and he's like super jealous, right? Like with the Mega Powers exploding. But doing the photoshopped naughty pictures, he's gonna show the entire. Were they in the Skydome that year?
No,
that was
Dome.
Indy.
Yeah, Hoosier
Yep.
Dome, yep.
So in the Hoosier Dome, I'm going to show all 80,000 people
Yep.
all these pictures of it. And the Macho's like literally turning pink.
Yes.
He's boiling.
And Flair's like, and she's looking as only she can look.
Yeah.
Woo!
I mean, the heat off of that story, unbelievable. But you couldn't do that with really anybody else.
That was Photoshop way before Photoshop.
It looked
Yeah.
good too.
It did.
It looked believable.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting at the pool together with the champagne
Yeah,
glasses.
Yeah.
that was
like,
on the cover. They stooged it off though, right? Do you know about that? How they stooged it?
Did they do it for real though?
They put it in. So he was supposed to reveal it, and then it ended up coming out in WWF magazine,
They sure
and
did,
it
yeah.
released before the event. So it stooged it off.
I remember that too because then they had like another picture where they was like watching TV or something.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Ric Flair had his arm around her.
Yep. They stooged it all off in
Stooged
WWF
it.
magazine accidentally.
Oh,
Somebody got fired over that, I bet.
I bet they
no
got
doubt,
fired
no doubt.
over it. Was that before or after? I posted it today. I always post it every time I see it. I say everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
Stephanie McMahon modeling the merch in the catalog.
Yeah.
Was it really? That
You've never seen that?
I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen the
Oh.
Shane. Shane did.
Both of them did.
Okay.
Both
I
of
didn't
them
know
started.
Stephanie did.
I'm gonna pull this up here for you right quick.
You know, Vince is like, "Hey, Stephanie, throw on that Bam Bam Bigelow shirt. We need,
It's
to,
a- she's
we need
like-
to sell a couple of those,
She
pal."
was like 6 years old or something like that.
she
6
was
or 9?
11.
Oh, really?
Well, no, maybe 12.
So what year was this?
This was 86.
No, it had to be 89 because the Rockers weren't there yet.
Oh, yep, you're right. 89.
Was it?
That's Stephanie McMahon with the Rockers headband
Yeah,
and the
80
Rockers
yeah,
t-shirt
yeah.
on.
88. They got there in 88, and right at the end because they were in that Survivor Series match where there's literally
That's right,
a person around the entire ring.
You're right.
Everybody was out there. That was what was it? You said 88?
I think 88 Survivor Series was like one of their first because they were there and then they got fired and then they got brought back. They,
Like immediately,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because like
they went back to AWA, they won the tag titles, and they dropped them, and then they went back.
Man, those matches with Playboy Rose, those Doug Summers and Buddy Rose, those were
Oh,
some real
man.
good.
I know, and Doug
matches.
Summers was kind of a horrible worker, but he fit
Yeah.
good in that because he could just cheat and do his little stuff. And
He was intense, like
Yeah.
at times. Like when they really remember that one where Marty and Sean got busted open and they got sauced bad.
Yeah.
They were like blood down to their waist.
yeah.
That was a real good match.
that might have been Wrestle Rock.
It might have been because Sherry was with
You want to watch a
Them.
bad Doug Summers match? Watch
Bad-
Wrestle War, and it was Van Hammer in his WCW
Oh.
debut, and he wrestles Doug Summers. They bring him in. Dude, it's real bad.
I think I remember that one.
It's
too.
bad.
Van Hammer's on my top 10 list of like wasted potential.
Oh my god.
How do you drop the ball with Van?
Van Hammer?
It's like
oh my
6'10.
Eventually, the bell rings, Ben.
Yeah. Eventually the bell does ring.
because he was in Misfits in Action.
They tried
Private-
everything.
He got mad because he was private stash and
Private
he wanted
stash,
to be
yeah.
major stash. He wanted
Yeah.
a bigger name.
And then in Raven's Flock, he was kind of like the bodyguard. And then they brought what's his face, Reese in
Reese.
Yeah.
and kicked him out.
Did you see the reunion photo of the flock that somebody posted not that long ago?
I saw that.
That
Yeah.
was- They
It
put
looked
the
like
guardrail
that
and-
Wild Hogs movie with all the like Tim Allen and the motorcycle.
I hate
Yeah.
to make fun of them, but it looked like they were sitting in line to get into like the early bird
Yeah.
special at like
Yeah.
the local diner.
They got a broiled scrod.
Hold on,
small
boys.
coffee.
It's 3:49. We'll let you in here in about 11 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
we'll talk about Vietnam out in the parking lot
Yeah.
or something.
Somebody
Yeah.
gonna take this picture. All right. Here we
I
go.
feel bad, but those guys were awesome when they were in their primes.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
they
sure were, man. The way they use the Ravens flock, like the ECW style, like them, like just being in the audience and then just jumping in and him cutting the promo, you know?
Yeah, I
and,
like it.
and it makes me nuts now. I'm sorry to get a sidetrack,
Uh-oh.
but every time I see a wrestler like lounging in the turnbuckle, I want to run over and like punch him. And all you can do is thank Raven and Kevin Nash for that.
So you don't like when people like lay across the top rope and then just
Okay,
chilling
like
that?
doing it-
Standing or laying up like Shawn Michaels.
That laying up like Shawn Michaels or sitting down like Raven, acting
Oh,
like nonchalant,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
corner, and they're like,
Unless it's their gimmick, yeah.
unless it's their gimmick,
Yeah.
like it works if you're like if you're pockets,
Right.
you can do it because your gimmick is I don't care about
Our
any
little
of this.
dog pocket.
little dog pockets. If you're pockets, you can get away with it, but like just everybody doing it makes me want to.
Here's a nice little trivia since we brought up Ravens flock. What was Sick Boy's finisher?
What are the choke slam, choke bomb?
Reese used the choke bomb.
That's right. Yeah.
Sick Boy used the finisher of a
Mhm.
famous He's a top guy at the time. On the other,
Was a stunner?
he used the pedigree.
Interesting.
He sure did. I remember that.
Called it the Cure, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Disco used the stunner.
Chartbuster. Yep.
Yep, that was right. But back to women.
Yeah.
By the way, Sarah Ledbetter says Ledbetter's in the house. Plural or just
So
singular?
that means my son's watching.
All three of them.
Yeah.
He's got
All
kids.
three. So do you think Miss Elizabeth, like in general, kind of was the damsel in distress? I want to get your opinion on this, Kev.
Mhm.
What was it like watching her in the NWO? Do you think that was like the right fit for her? I want your opinion.
It was different because we got used to seeing her, like you said, as the damsel in distress,
Yeah.
coming out in the dresses and really not doing much.
Mhm.
But with the NWO, that was like another different thing that she had. It was like another different type of character that she brought out. Because, she was with Lex and she was with Kevin Nash.
Who was she best with? Everybody says Macho, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Her and Lex were good together too.
Yeah,
And her and Flair too.
her and Lex were real good together. I got to go with her and Lex.
Her and Lex.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, despite the circumstances, with everything that happened with her and like that, but it seemed like it was more natural with it.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause,
I can see that.
He came out with ripping his shirt off and everything, and I guess he
He was
was
like a classier Macho Man, like less
Yeah.
crazy,
yeah.
more of an athlete. What do you think?
You
Who's she
talking about,
best
like
with?
when he was called the Total Package and he
Yeah.
wasn't Lex Luger anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he wore like the warm up outfits. And he had that logo that he had. That was from his gym
Yeah.
that he owned.
It
yeah.
looked like the Incredibles Disney logo, right? It
Kinda,
had like
yeah.
a flex guy.
That was his gym logo.
Yep.
Him and Sting owned a gym together. This is a hot take. So if
Okay.
they bury me online, it wouldn't be the first time in the last 24 hours I've been
Oh,
buried
yeah.
online.
We're shooting on the legends around
I like the combination of Sherry and Macho better
here. Yep.
than Macho and Elizabeth.
How could you
Yeah.
not?
I
Yeah.
just do.
How could you
I
not?
did too.
How could you not? Because I agree with you 5,000%. Sherry and Macho and all the dark weird
Because
stuff.
they're both crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
So there's to it.
So check this out. What would y'all kill to have a Lex Luger jump set?
Man, we need to. You know, I have a Lex Luger suit jacket, right? It's from-
Oh, yeah.
I got a real Lex Luger suit jacket he wore when he was champion in WCW. I need to get a jumpsuit. They're out
You
there, I'm
do.
sure. I need to get one.
Just
So
like when you about to do something, just rip it off.
I'll come out with it at Expo.
here's a free promo. There's a t-shirt online t-shirt store out there called T Public.
Mhm.
You can just type anything in, and there's a t-shirt for it.
True story.
Every year I go there, and I see an Ico Pro t-shirt. It's Ico Pro bodybuilding. It's got the classic logo, and I'm like, I should buy this. I
Do
never
it.
do. I think I
Oh,
might do it
man.
this
You
year.
need to.
The Ico Pro
You should,
t-shirt.
you should get Ico Pro gear made. That'd be
Ico Pro
awesome.
girl, yeah.
That would be awesome. Come out and cut the whole promo.
Yeah.
About it. Yeah.
Little old what were the gimmicks he had for the bodybuilders? One guy was like a commando with a machine gun.
Yeah,
There was a gladiator.
that was
That
when
would be
Lex
awesome.
Luger got to start in the WWF.
Yeah, because
That was their way to loophole him in.
their
Mhm.
contract overlapped, right?
Yes, he
So-
couldn't wrestle, but they could get him there and promo him.
WrestleMania 8 when he was talking about, yeah, man, I can't say the same for the fat guy. What?
Yeah. Would you stop?
Will you stop?
What Bobby Heenan was so. We'll talk about the Jumping Bomb Angels later, but I was watching some of them this week because I'm a huge Jumping Bomb Angels fan. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Bobby's like, well, you hate to wrestle him because you're gonna have to wrestle him again an hour later.
Oh,
Oh God, it's just like
Wow.
you can't get away with that stuff anymore. It's so
everybody's
good.
too sensitive now. Right?
But it's so good. So
That
overall,
was good. I like that.
do you think that bringing Miss Elizabeth into it, making her like an object of desire, do you think that was kind of like the kickoff to the Diva era in a subliminal way? Because I think my picks, I think were kind of like the great grandmothers of like modern movement wrestling. But what do you think? I think Miss Elizabeth, you could say like she was kind of the first diva.
Yeah, she kind of ushered that in. Kind of ushered in the diva lifestyle, so to speak.
Lifestyle. I like it. What do you think?
I think it worked both ways because they saw her as like just a valet only.
Yeah.
And then it made other women be like, you know what? We can be elegant and a wrestler. We can be
Mhm.
both. We don't have to look like somebody's grandmother, you know,
Right.
and like Mildred Burke. Not that she wasn't an
Mildred.
elegant woman,
No,
but she looked in pictures, she looked like somebody's grandmother.
yeah.
So now you can take the combination of both. And you have Elizabeth mixed with like a fighter,
Yeah.
and you have who? Medusa.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's who kind of
Is that
started it for
I
me.
think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go pay some bills. When we get back, we're going to be talking about Sarge and who he thinks is the bigger impact. We'll see you in a little bit.
Cordell Transportation.
PN Radio.
We are card subject to change. I'm Big Kev. He's Big Chimera, and he is the double champ. Talk about the self-professed king of the South,
That's right.
Sergeant Ledbetter.
Sargy two belts.
Sergeant Two Belts.
Sergeant Two Belts.
That's
When we
right.
get in the belt bikini picture.
We'll get the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch picture.
All right.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
what-
we are sponsored by Radio Shack.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah.
Taking it back for y'all. Radio Shack was that spot where you can get like a whole bunch of pretty much anything in the studio was sponsored by Radio Shack. The mics,
Are there
all that
are
stuff.
there dorks like that anymore? Like that are like into ham radio and build all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
My brother-in-law is a ham radio nerd.
Sarah.
Sarah's brother.
Sarah, your brother, Sarah Ledbetter's watching. Sarah, what's your ham radio call sign if you have one?
She doesn't. She's not.
Go ahead and put that in the chat.
She's not
for us.
involved in it.
No?
Now, they used to do that stuff at the Hair Arena, the hand benching.
They did the hamvention. Now they do it in Xenia.
Oh, they do it in the okay.
Yeah.
It's still
Oh,
I know a
thing.
couple guys I work with that are into it.
Hamvention. Honey baked? What are we doing? Honey
That's what I
baked?
was thinking too.
They talk to people in Alaska about the weather.
It's
and-
crazy how far ham radio goes. Isn't
Yeah. I tried turkey radio one time. It's a little healthier
it? Yeah.
because the salted cured meats.
Little loader in
Yeah,
sodium.
yeah.
Yeah.
About to say HPV.
So
Sarah-
I brought up mine.
Sarah says she's not a radio gal.
No, she's not.
Yep.
I have a face in the marriage. I have a face for radio. She has a face for like magazines and movies.
She's an idiot. She should be in the business.
She don't like the business.
Whoa.
When I look at your wife, and I'm saying this in a very positive, like she's like a stud
Oh, dude,
She is a thoroughbred.
you have no idea. When we used to play 2-on-2 basketball, we
Yeah.
would wear people out at the gym.
Really?
She's like I mean, her legs.
When she was
Oh my
in
God.
her athletic prime coming out of rowing,
Yeah.
she was a D1 rower at Ohio
Yeah.
State. I'd see her row and
Mhm.
she was like a machine. I got blown up watching.
Wow.
I have like, you ever see somebody? It could be a guy or a girl, whatever.
Mhm.
Do you ever have like a business lust for somebody? You look at them and you're just like, why aren't you in the
Yeah.
wrestling
Yeah,
business?
yeah.
Why are you not a pro wrestler?
It just isn't her passion.
She said, once upon a time she trained.
She did. I told you that.
Quit living in a fairy tale, Sarah. Get
Well,
back to work.
I told you she had her appendix ruptured. And that was the end of it.
Quit
Really?
quit being soft, Sarah Ledbetter.
It wasn't because of the training. It just
Oh, I was about to say.
no.
Old Shooter Jones over here.
No, it wasn't anything I
Gave
did.
it to her right in the bread basket.
basket.
So
Sarge was
where did I
teasing
leave
us.
off with?
You were
Medusa?
teasing us. Medusa?
Okay, so
okay.
I watched AWA growing up because it was on ESPN. Okay. Medusa was like a very interesting thing to me as like a 9-10-year-old because she would valet and then
Yeah.
the next 2 matches later she's wrestling.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'd never seen that before. So she had the elegance of Elizabeth, but she also
Yes.
had the fighting of
Mhm.
like a Sherry Martel or a like a Luna Vachon or
That's
somebody.
such a good point.
And
It
that
was
was something
so
you never
weird to me
seen
because
before.
you never seen it.
Yeah.
So you're watching this and you're like, and you hear Rod Thorngard or whatever the guy from AWA,
Yeah.
he Medusa Michelli, he would just put her over nonstop. And I'm like, so then she goes to the NWA, WCW, and she's part of the Dangerous Alliance. I'm like, this is it right here. No one's touching her. She was out there with Rick Rude.
Yeah.
She had the elegance, and then she would beat up Missy Hyatt.
I think you hit the nail on the head because that's a really interesting point because you'd see her like in a dress or an evening gown and she'd be very feminine and very glamorous. And
Yep.
she had the nails and the toes and
Mhm.
the hair and all that.
Yep.
And you're right. 2 segments later, she's in the one piece with the kick pads on,
Yeah.
punching someone in the face with
Yeah.
a closed fist.
Beating
right?
somebody half to
Right.
death. Yeah.
Right. No,
It's crazy to me.
I think you're exactly right about that. And how do you think how do you think her splash impacted the business?
Well, I think so. When I knew Vince probably wanted to get his hands on her right away, but he didn't really have an established women's division.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when he brought her there as a Lunder Blaze, I think in his mind, he was probably like, I'm going to build this whole women's division around her,
Yeah.
But then
Right.
he tried, like he used Bull Nakano and brought in Bertha Faye
Mhm.
and a few of the other girls, but I don't think he really fully committed to women's wrestling at the time.
Yeah.
Because
It was an attraction.
It was, and we're jumping ahead, but to me, it wasn't until post Attitude Era even that they really started to try to build a women's division.
When would you say that do you think it was like the Divas thing where it was like, all right, we're going to start like making these matches like a thing? Do you think that was like that time?
Well, you had to get through the pillow fight days at WrestleMania and the Snooki and all that. You know what I
Oh,
mean? They
yeah.
had to get through all that, and then they had to get that class that came in. To me, women's wrestling really started with the 4 horsewomen
Yeah.
showing up to NXT.
Mhm.
Then it was on.
Mhm.
Well, like my very first exposure to Medusa was Alundra Blaze.
Okay.
You know,
you didn't know about her before?
No, I didn't know about it.
Okay.
Because like I was I started watching like WCW in like '98, and then
Oh,
I started going back as soon as I started saying, "Oh, okay, cool. This is more to wrestling than WCW."
So the
This is
Attitude Era
WWE.
introduced you to WCW.
Yeah. Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
And like I was watching, what was it, SummerSlam '94, and you know, Bull Nakano and Luna Vachon came out, and then Alundra Blaze came out,
Mhm.
and I'm like, wait a minute, because I knew Medusa from WCW,
Right.
So Alundra Blaze came out, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, that look like Medusa.
Yep.
So I had to do some digging. I'm digging around. I'm
And they
like,
changed her look. They shortened her hair up. They blonded
rid of that
up
mu-
and
they get rid of
frizzed
that-
it.
American Gladiators mullet.
Yeah, they wanted her to
Yeah.
look like a
You know?
superhero.
Right. Which you
Almost-
did.
Yeah, and like that, I got that look. I'm like, okay, now wait a minute. She looked like Medusa. And lo and
Yeah.
behold, that was Medusa.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, well, That
Yep.
messed me up. for a
Because
little
like
bit.
woman was just a manager. She was
Yeah.
around. Missy Hyatt was a announcer. She tried to wrestle, but it wasn't. It was
She was good.
everywhere.
She was good if it was like, oh, it's Missy Hyatt versus Precious, and they're just pulling each other's hair for 4 minutes.
That's like
That's good. That's fine.
yeah,
though.
John Laurinaitis, a John Laurinaitis special.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I like that stuff.
You saw his signing, right? He killed it. He had thousands.
I saw that.
didn't this cat use AI?
Yes.
Yes.
So he took his picture of.
You know,
Here we are talking about him though.
Oh no, he's going to get talked about, but the problem is nobody's going to book him.
How come nobody's going to book me?
Nobody's going to book him.
Nobody's going to book me. Why not?
It's just not happening.
I don't even know what to say about it because it's like this guy had the world just handed to him
Mhm.
on a platter. You're literally second in command, basically, at the biggest wrestling company ever.
And you would have stepped that into.
I'm the head of talent relations. Say
I'm the
it.
head of talent relations.
See, there you go.
I like people.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
was.
what I'm supposed to say.
Where's my Fredericks of Hollywood catalog?
All he had to do was keep his mouth shut, keep his nose out of the dirt, and he'd have been a millionaire.
Yep.
Yep.
And we joke about the Fredericks of Hollywood catalog, folks, because that's how he found Candice Michelle, Kelly, and who else? He pulled someone else out of there too, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
The
It wasn't Marina,
the Canellis chick.
Yes,
Maria
Maria.
Canellis.
Yep.
Maria Canellis. Oh my God.
Yes.
And weren't all of them in Playboy too? Didn't all of them get a Playboy?
They all
Yep,
ended
all
up.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Good for them, I guess. They got big paydays, so good for them.
They get a payday.
So what do you think? Like, so you're right. Medusa clearly changed the game.
Yeah.
And she was able to kind of fit all the different molds. And you know, and I agree with you. I think women's wrestling really took off being quote unquote serious rather than just an attraction
Mhm.
when it's, Charlotte,
Yeah.
Becky, etc. That whole crew.
Imagine Medusa now in her prime with this
Oh,
group.
man.
She'd be right in the middle of it all.
Yes.
And it'd be amazing.
I think she could probably still go.
Well, because her training
looks good.
her training would be different too, because like she trained good enough to be like the top girl then.
Yeah.
Everybody's good now. Like
Yes.
so her training would step up, and then
The worst women's wrestler, I think, on the roster right now, and I think she looks great, is B-Fab.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to knock her. She looks great. I get why you hire her. But even she's better than like most of the divas in the diva era.
Oh yeah.
Better
Oh,
than
no doubt.
better
She's
than
better than Alicia
Sable.
Fox.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Way
And
better.
Alicia Fox was women's champion.
Yes. I agree with you.
I mean, the only thing Alicia Fox had was she had long legs.
And she could talk.
And she could talk. She
She
looked like
could
Rihanna.
she could get heat.
Exactly. She looked like basically like she's from Trinidad, She looked
Mhm.
like a West Indian type girl where it was like
Yep.
she had an exotic look to her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like and that was her.
And that was
appeal.
like Layla. She had that look to her. That
yeah,
was
she's
different than
Arabic,
anybody else.
like it was completely different. But Layla had such a great personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And
She's
because-
British, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's of Arabic descent, I'm pretty
I didn't get
sure.
to talk to her much at Expo.
She was real cool.
Yeah, she was busy every time I'd go over there.
What
She
expo are we
was-
talking about?
She was right next to Candice Michelle.
And I didn't get to see. I had I pulled old cards out to give to them.
Yeah.
And I was going around and I was just giving them to them because they don't have a lot of that stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
And remember the
Did you name drop Jones?
remember WWE would do poker chips.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
like
yeah,
2010,
yeah.
11,
Yeah.
12 they did.
Yeah.
I took poker chips around, and anybody who was there, I gave them one of the poker chips, and they were very thankful because they said I haven't seen this stuff in years.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a cool moment for them. Abby Bellman says, "Good morning, all. Good morning.
Hey, good
At
morning.
Where's she at,
6:30
England?
PM. Are you in England, Abby? Drop your comment in the chat. We want to know if you're in England. So longevity wise, why do you think Medusa's not? Why don't you think she gets her flowers now?
She gets them now.
Yeah, she
I
gets
guess you
them
could say
now.
she
She
gets
got-
them now.
she
Do you think
gets
it's the
them
garbage
now.
can incident?
Yeah, the
Uh,
garbage can incident set her way back.
Oh,
Tell them about the garbage can incident real quick.
So this was when Eric Bischoff was looking to do whatever he could to put it to Vince, right? So she was women's champion. She wasn't being used. She was working without a contract. They'd went on an overseas tour and she worked the show without a contract. And Bischoff called her and said, "Hey, I'll give you this amount of money. Bring the belt." That's all he told her. She got to TV and he said, "If you want this money in this contract, I need you to drop that belt in the trash can."
Ugh.
He kind of blackmailed her a little bit because she told me this story. not at Squirt Circle Expo. I had this conversation with her at a Days of the Dead that she was at set up. She said she kind of got blackmailed.
I believe that.
But she trusted Eric because she knew him already from their time together in WCW and AWA. So she was trusted Eric.
Right.
So she got there and he slick used car salesman way, like, hey, this is what I need you to do.
God, Bischoff could sell anything.
Oh yeah, he could sell ice to Eskimos.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
So slick.
So he got her to do it. Well, meanwhile, Vince is losing his mind because there goes his women's title.
Right.
Now, is he like a dog with a bone there? Yes, because if he cared, he'd have had her predominantly featured on television.
Right.
And he didn't. So it's kind of his own fault. But nevertheless, it was a sleazeball move. And I think Vince held that against her for years until Triple H kind of was like, hey, let's mend this fence.
Kind of like with Demolition now, whatever's happening with them. Like,
well, that lawsuit ended a few years ago. So,
and like the thing with that is, if Vince wanted to keep her around, why not get more wrestling superstars? Why not get more women superstars?
Exactly. Well, there was who was there though?
That's in America, there was nobody.
Yeah, there was nobody.
Bull Nakano,
but she's Japanese.
Let's see.
Aja Kong, Japanese. Bertha Faye.
I mean,
her last name's Singh, so she's got to be some kind of foreign descent. So
she's half Indian.
There you go.
I mean, because go to Japan. I mean,
I know.
Went to Japan and
but he
Mexico
didn't. But Vince wasn't paying strong back then either, so he wasn't giving those guys the money. They weren't making the money back then. So what was he going to do?
You're exactly right. Because over in Japan at that time, I mean, look at Stan Hansen. Like, most Americans don't even know who Stan Hansen is because he's making more money than Hogan wrestling in Japan than he was in America. You know, like he was a bit player in America for occasionally, like, what do you have, that little AWA title run, and then he left and went back to Japan, and then that's pretty much it, right?
He beat Luger in 89 or 90. He beat Luger for the U.S. title,
and
then he ended up dropping it back to him and disappeared again.
Yeah, this is because the money was just better in Japan at the time. You can't blame.
So the other, like Vince was booking Alundra Blaze, the American women on the house shows. She was working like Leilani Kai, bringing back Judy Martin, Debbie Combs,
Velvet.
Who was there?
Velvet. There was Velvet.
Rock. Yeah, Velvet McIntyre. There was Terry Power, which was Ivory, and then Miss Texas.
Tina Ferrari, Jacqueline, Miss Texas.
But he didn't get them until later.
Yeah, until after she was gone.
So, maybe they were coming down the pipeline. We don't know.
He wanted to Vinceify everything.
He was too obsessed with what am I going to do with Sonny? You know what I mean?
But at the
she
time,
was there.
Can you blame him? Because, like, folks, this is a blast from the past. The internet for most of America at this time was a company called America Online.
Yep. You had a little disc.
You got the disc at your house. You got the first 10 hours of the internet free, and then they charged you whatever. Back in the day, Sonny was the most downloaded picture. Her bikini pictures were the most downloaded pictures on the entire internet.
Yeah.
But what we can talk about Sonny another time.
Well, that just goes to show you what they cared about.
Right. But like when you're getting that level of exposure, it's hard not to push her, Sonny.
Yeah.
But then I always wondered, and I don't know why, this is one of the wrestling, why wasn't Sonny working? Why wasn't she wrestling?
I don't think she wanted to.
No, she didn't want to.
And I don't think Candido wanted her to.
Yeah, I could see that.
Backstage doing whatever.
Because you saw what happened to, she didn't know this at the time, but you saw what happened to Sable when she started working. She went from carrying Mark Merrow's bags to now he's carrying her bags to the building.
Hey, that's something.
That's how it went. And then next thing you know, he's gone from the company and she's like top draw. So, but I think Sable wanted to wrestle and Vince didn't want her to at first. And she went ahead and just told him like, hey, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And then once he saw her in the cat suit,
it was so annoying.
And then she power bombed Mark Merrow, and then she's like, "Here we go."
She had all the tools to be a great wrestler, though. She was Sable was an exceptional athlete.
Yeah,
very strong. Yeah, Mark Merrow power bombed himself, but she power bombed Luna almost out of her boots.
Yeah,
and Jacqueline,
she power bombed Goldust.
Yeah,
sure did.
That takes strength, people, because a power bomb is a little bit of help from your partner, and then 80% The rest is you.
All you, yep.
So that is an impressive maneuver, and which is typically why only big men do it. But that's interesting. So Medusa's getting her flowers now. You think she made an impact on the business? I
Yeah.
would happen to agree with you. All right, folks, we got to go pay some bills. We come back. It's my turn. We'll see you here in a little bit.
Raise your hand if you're
right here on 1410 ESPN Radio.
We are cards subject to change. We are sponsored by one of the favorites of Cars Subject to Change, Hills.
Great place.
Love that spot. You can smell the popcorn right now, can't you?
Hills. Is that a local thing here?
It
in
was like a
Ohio?
department
Yeah.
store. They sold
Think-
everything.
Think Kmart.
So it's Kmart.
It was like a
Mixed with Ollie's, mixed
Yeah.
with the flea market, mixed with Walmart.
That sounds really cool, though.
Yeah.
You never know what you were going to find
That sounds really
from
cool.
aisle to aisle.
You can go in there to find something that you really need, but walking out with like a whole bunch of stuff. Just a whole bunch of just
Always
stuff.
had good wrestling figure selection.
always.
I feel bad missing out on the Hills now.
And we'll always get some popcorn.
Why'd
Yep.
they go out of business?
The increase of stores,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because like Value City, I'll tell you what, Trotwood had Value City, Toys R Us,
Kmart.
Kmart, and the whole Salem Mall. Man, Trotwood was banging.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
I hear that about Middletown too.
Middletown
Yeah.
was a spot.
That was like
Middletown had a Hills. It had everything.
Americana.
Yep.
Oh man,
sad.
I loved Americana.
Yeah.
And when they closed that down,
The best part about Americana,
Mm.
you didn't know if you were going to die every time you went on one of the roller coasters.
This is
I mean,
true.
It was like that scary.
It was like one of those carnival things where they kind of like just duct tape it together.
Yeah,
and
whatever
just let
makes it
rip.
work. Yeah, let it rip.
80 miles an
Pretty much.
hour. Before we went to the break, Abby Bellman said amazing charisma. Abby, who are you?
I
referring
appreciate
to?
that. She's talking about me, of course.
Thank
What do you
you.
mean?
You are the promo of the century.
Thank you.
You are
Two
the
Sargy
one.
two belts.
That's right. That's
Sarge
why.
two
That's why
belts.
you're Sarge two belts.
Yeah.
I just have one. He's got two.
said two better than one, right?
Two is better than one. Karen Olden Dick says, I'm late again. How's it going, Big Kev and Sarge, I guess? Wow.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Yeah, she's real mad about me having two
Hi,
belts now.
Karen.
Is she?
She's
Did you
good,
beat
yeah.
Ron Mathis?
No, because he wasn't champion, but Ron Mathis is going for the BOTB hardcore title. coming up.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe I'll have to stop by and look at that.
Yeah.
Andy Lawrence.
Big
What's up,
homie.
buddy? Big homie. Andy Lawrence. You know, Andy Lawrence is like, he's like the Appalachian Kingpin from Marvel Comics.
Yes.
He needs a white suit,
Maybe beige.
maybe a beige suit.
Appalachia.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He's like the Kingpin.
I'm about to say,
I mean that in a complimentary way.
if all four of us was to go into a buffet or something like that,
Yeah.
Look
crazy.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
Katie
I
bar the
told
door.
you guys this story about the Chinese buffet at the Forest Fair Mall back in
Mm-mm.
the day. Oh, we go to practice and then we go to the Forest Fair Mall Chinese buffet. So keep in mind, I'm the little one. It's Umaga, it's Rosie,
Oh,
it's Lance Cade, it's Brian Adams.
I can't even say name drop Jones because this is awesome. I'm just picturing this. These guys rolling in like the NWO.
They and I'm not making fun of, I'm not being weird or anything, but they'd be like, they just stare at us coming in. And then after the fifth tray of crab legs had to come out,
Yep.
they were like, you go now.
Right now.
And I mean, we destroyed it. Was 12 of us, man. It was just all dudes that were enormous.
And y'all was hungry.
Steve Bradley, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Because
He's a big dude.
Hear that?
I like that too.
We had the job
You
music.
got the BT music.
NWO
you guys are
job
rolling in.
team
Yeah.
I got the job team music. I got the coming at you live.
Why we got to get the job music? We were in there and we were destroying some General Tso's chicken.
coming at you live?
Crab legs.
The BT.
You need to eat more
music.
rice, Andy said.
The
Yeah.
B team.
The B team. You imagine Umaga and
Was
Rosie.
Virgil there too?
Virgil was not there.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know if he was there.
Chris
set up.
Benoit and Eddie Guerrero were there a couple times.
Okay.
But that was it. That was the big star. X-Pac.
Oh,
was
really?
there. Yeah. He was down there rehabbing after he was coming back.
What about Big Show? Did he show up?
He would go to OVW.
Oh
yeah.
Because
yeah.
when they
That's
would
where all
book-
the big stars were, like Cena and
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the heavyweights and women were at OVW. All the tags and cruiserweights were at
Yeah.
HWA.
Oh,
So that's how they split them up because Les is a cruiserweight and Les would teach them, wrestling. And then
Poison Ranas. Les is
Yeah.
out there hitting.
He's hitting the runners.
Yeah.
wasn't
You know what? he could hit a drop kick well into his 60s. He's got to be in his 90s now, right?
He's going to
Late
be. I
80s.
can't believe he's going to be an expo.
I can't.
I
wait to
can't
see
believe
him.
it.
I watched a podcast with him in it from like 5 months ago. He sounds good still, but holy cow, he looks like Master Yoda. Like he is.
Wow.
He
He's
is
gotta be
he
in his
is like
90s.
Master Yoda.
He is Master Yoda when it
Yeah.
comes to Master Yoda with a lot of hate and profanity. Rory Fox. Let's hear it for Rory Fox. Rapid delivery.
He's
Rapid
in the house.
delivery.
Yeah,
That's
well, Black Militia Rory
That's
Fox.
awesome.
Black Militia is legendary, baby, and so is Rory Fox.
There it is.
You love it, don't you?
I'm-
Aren't you? You're
hey,
loving the Black Militia, aren't you?
I'm mad that I didn't get to wrestle, and I'm mad I wasn't able to start wrestling in the era that you got to come up.
You
in.
and I would have got
Right.
to be great tackling dummies together.
we might have been tag team champions.
At some point, probably.
The mechanics.
The mechanics.
I can still have it.
I guess it's my turn now.
It
Yep.
is. Who you think?
We
Who
going
you
back
got?
to, and I know that I'm Marky Mark and the Marky Bunch.
Yep.
Jumping Bomb Angels.
All right.
What were their
That is
names?
my pick. So I'm going to pronounce their names wrong. Off the
Suki
top of my head, it
Yamasaki.
is Norio
Mhm.
Tateno and Itsuki Yamazaki.
Yes.
Mr. Potato. What you say?
Yeah, mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew the one name. I
They-
always forgot the other one.
They
though.
were in there throwing taters, but
Always.
they were so big in the wrestling business. Like we could do a whole show on them, but like to be women, they're both very attractive. They were both jacked to the gills, wonderful athletes, strong. I would say they're every bit as fast as Rey Mysterio is,
Oh yeah.
as far as being able to run around the ring.
Mhm.
They could wrestle with holds. They could do suplexes and holds.
Lots of double
They
teams.
could do double teams. They could do lucha. They were, to me, when I say impact, they paved the way for this generation now, 40 years later, for your Io Sky, for your Asuka, for your Kairi Sane, or it's Sane, but Kairi Sane. That like they paved the way to be. They're 5'5", which is a little bit bigger in Japan, but in America, like to be able to come to America for a 2-year stint, the beginning of '88 to the end of '89, and make the impact that they did in getting over the women's tag division.
and wrestle the same opponents every night for probably 300 days.
Well,
straight.
you're right, because
Oh,
you
yeah.
go to look at them in their American stuff, and it's all them versus Judy and
The Glamour
Leilani.
Girls.
And let's take a time out here and appreciate Judy Martin for a bit, because I'm mad that she never gets her flowers.
Judy Martin was a banger.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Always.
original mechanic of the
The
women's
original
division.
mechanic,
Yeah, of the
sure.
women's division.
Watching her in like the Jumping Bomb Angels stuff for America, like they were so good. But like the Jumping Bomb Angels were just so unique in America. You look at them in Japan and they come to the ring in like these beautiful flowing kimonos and these great Japanese headpieces. And then they're in America for 2 years and they've got like denim jackets with rivets on them.
They
Right.
turned
They're-
into the Motor City Machine Guns.
Right,
Pretty
exactly.
much.
Well, at the time, folks, like the big thing in wrestling for years had been the foreign heel.
Mhm.
I got a big foreign heel. So if they would have come to the ring in all their beautiful Japanese attire, they probably would have not gotten over as
Right.
being like, because at the time when they were here in America, it was like Bruce Springsteen and hair metal. So, they got the denim jackets. They even had red, white, and blue stars and stripes on their jackets for some
Yeah.
reason.
Mhm.
But what was unique about them is they had like the coolest, most expensive boots you've ever seen in your life. And they'd wrestle in women's one-piece bathing suits.
Most of them did back
Yeah,
in
that was
The
the gear.
Japanese wrestlers, women's wrestlers.
That was
did.
kind of the gear, though.
yeah.
But their boots were like I was looking at them wrestle. I think it was Tatino who had like cow print boots with flames
wow.
on them. They were so cool looking. But to do that and have a women's swimsuit on, but like though Judy and I know they wrestled 9 million times,
Oh, yeah.
but every match was different. And
Yeah.
back in the day, that was very rare because we could get away as a business. You and I are going to have a match in Boston. Well, that got over real well. Let's have the same match in Detroit
And
tomorrow.
Booster
And then,
wherever,
right,
yeah.
right. We have the same exact
Yeah.
match, but every Jumping Bomb Angels and Glamour Girls rather match. Excuse me. I always call them the Golden Girls. They wear gold.
Yeah,
they
they
were-
look-
they were
That was
good.
basically, they were like the bowling team of the Golden
Right.
Girls,
Right.
mixed with Star Search.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, I
the
would
thing
say,
that was
yeah.
popular then.
Yep.
Ed McMahon and all that.
Yeah.
They were really, they were great as a team. And those matches were all really good. I watched at least 5 of them this week preparing for this show today. And they were just so good.
You remember at training when we were talking about selling noises between the women and the men.
Yes.
The Jumping Bomb Angels, their whole match, you heard them.
Yes.
Yeah, you
It
did.
was nonstop. It's like, hi-ya, hi-ya, ho, hi. It's just like nonstop noise from them.
And that's unusual too, but it's a good way because that was perfect segue to my next thing. Japanese pro wrestling, Puro, is a completely different style than in America.
Oh yeah.
They wrestle like it's a real fight. So they're
And
punching each other, they're kicking each other. It's very stiff, rings very stiff. And our NFL in America is their All Japan, New Japan. It is the equivalent. They don't have American sports like we do, except for baseball,
Mhm.
right? So that's their big sport is pro wrestling. And it's a different style, but they were able to come to America and have really good matches in the American style. To your point, they don't really sell much in Japan. They register.
They get knocked out of the ring,
Yeah.
and then the next one comes in. It's
Yeah.
very Lucha Libre-esque.
Yes.
It's very weird because like that way the matches never really slow down. There's always just like a fresh body in the ring.
Right.
And that was hard to follow a little bit. And I think it even blow up the Glamour Girls a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like they'd hit one out of the ring, out would go mashed potatoes, and then
Mhm.
here comes
Mashed potatoes.
the next one in, and they don't even get a chance to breathe. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you're right about that too. And I think that's what forced the Dutch boy haircut on Tatino because they favor each other. I'm not trying to, don't at me, folks. They very much look like each other.
Yeah.
They had the same hair.
Well, yeah.
So like it was really, and if they're wearing matching gear, they're
like the
basically
Rockers.
identical
the
twins.
Rockers, they had same hair, it was just different color, and then
Different
Rock
color.
and Roll Express had the same
Yep.
everything, just different color.
I had a question.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it seemed like the rings over here in America,
Yeah.
it was like different than the ones in Japan.
Mhm.
Well, it seemed like the ones you said they're kind of stiffer. In
Oh
Japan.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it like different material that they used, or
The padding is just not.
They used sheets of plywood
Yeah,
too, didn't they, instead of planks?
They don't use planks, they use sheets. And like kick pad foam, like that's their mat.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
that thick. In America, it's like that.
yeah?
Here in Japan, it's like that.
Sheesh.
Well, that's what the and again, like they're two women, but came out of the All Japan dojo, which is why when you watch them wrestle and they never sweat and they never get blown up,
Right.
it's because when you trained at All Japan, it was like training sumo and you were just tortured for like a year and a half,
Hours at a time straight.
Just sweating.
squatting.
I don't even think they sweat. I never saw them
no.
sweat.
because they were in that good a shape. Like Ric Flair, like I don't know about the Jumping Bomb Angels, but Ric Flair would go out, drink all night, be dehydrated, and you take his heart rate, it'd be like 2 beats a minute because he was in that good a shape.
Hey.
You wrestle 60-minute draws,
He would sweat,
300
though.
nights
Oh,
a
yeah.
year.
Flair would be
Yeah.
drenched.
But the Jumping Bomb Angels, they're running around the ring, jumping. I was watching one with them in Boston Garden versus the Glamour Girls. It was Yamazaki. She does the Rob Van Dam leap from the apron up to the top rope. She's 5'5" and a girl
Wow.
grabs it, jumps straight to the top.
Unheard of. for that time.
Unbelievable.
Not even the guys were doing that.
No.
At that time, that was mind blowing.
And if you look at them, they're not like cut, but they look like action figures. Like their
Mhm.
legs are like tree trunks. And they were so fast and so powerful. They set the table to me for like everything we're seeing now. And that's the impact I think they had.
They were way before
the
their
business.
time. They're
Way
probably
before
never
their
going
time.
to get appreciated for
No.
what they were.
Oh, no.
They're not even in the Hall of Fame
You
still.
don't even hear people. You don't even see people post their stuff.
No.
No.
That should
at
be
all.
like the thing that everybody's like, look
Yes.
at this right
Yeah.
here. You
That's,
know?
that's something that needs to be studied right
Yeah.
there. The Jumping Bomb Angels.
Yeah.
It was Tatino who did this great move. She'd pick, I don't even know what to call it. She grabbed like Judy or Leilani in a waist lock and pick her straight up. As soon as she started kicking the legs up in the air, she'd drop them straight on her butt, like an atomic drop.
Oh.
And I was just like, that is so
And
simple.
then probably tag
Yep.
and then run, and they did a double drop
Mhm.
kick.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was just like, that was so impactful and so simple. And the crowd would go, and I'm like, why don't we do that now? No, I haven't seen
Natalia does
anybody.
it.
Does she?
She picks them up and plants them, and then steamrolls them and hits the other rope. You seen her do that
Yeah, I
before?
saw her do it. Yep.
I was watching Yamazaki. She's working with Leilani, pops her up for the head scissors, takes her down to the mat, and then locks in the arm bar, and rolls through to a top wrist lock and then switches that to a short arm scissor.
And then pops up into a power bomb.
Well, she stopped at the hold, but like I was just like, how like
AEW.
right.
Right.
No Cell Jones over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Why is it AEW like
They would be awesome in AEW.
Oh yeah, they would. But like everything's about head trauma. You got the champagne bottle.
Yeah.
Tony Storm gets shot in the back of the
Osprey
head.
coming off of neck fusion surgery. He's out there flipping on his head last night.
6 months.
Makes sense because he doesn't know how to work.
It's crazy to me.
Anyways, Jumping Bomb Angels is my pick for impactful women in the business because boy, oh boy, folks, they are so
Highly
good.
appreciated.
They're so good. We got to go pay some bills. We come back. We are back to Sarge, I believe. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Should be back to
Springtime
Kev.
is
Ten ESPN Radio.
Yeah. And I was healed.
We are in the second hour of Cards Subject to Change. Craziness, right?
Too legit to quit.
Too legit. I saw what you were doing right there. I like that. And we are sponsored by Just for Feet.
Oh, I remember that.
That was one of my favorite spots going there because if I wanted some new shoes, I already knew I was going to be playing ball.
Right.
They had a little half court in there.
They did. I remember that because they had two of them in the Metro Detroit area. You can get like some really solid Jordans for like a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Just
For the longest time, the Pistons were recruiting their players out of Just
they
for
were. Those were the down years.
Yeah.
That was after the Grant Hill injury. That's when we had Allen Iverson just showing up just to show up.
Sure did, yep.
We're not talking about the game, Kev.
Talking about practice.
Talking about practice. Not the
game.
not the game that I bleed and die for, Kev.
Talking about practice.
Practice, man. I know it's important.
Practice. We talk about practice.
Sarge
man.
has to deal with that every Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about practice.
Yeah, there's this good trainee Potter. He's like, practice, man.
Practice.
I don't need practice.
Oh, he's ready for WrestleMania.
He's ready. He's seasoned. Seasoned pro.
Yep. If deodorant was a seasoning, then
Oh,
He smells seasoned. He smells extra seasoned.
Ooh,
I like
that
Potter,
smell.
What?
I like Potter. I mean,
He's like likable.
he's an interesting guy.
I got
Anybody
heat.
who has snakes is an interesting guy. You
That's
have heat with him?
Ooh-wee.
He made fun of my bag.
Oh,
Why is it funny your
I
bag?
forgot about that. Tell
So-
the story. You have to tell the story.
So I have like people make fun of me, right? I got a pink sparkly phone case. I got 2 bags, right? My one bag is covered in donuts and like Detroit stickers. You know it's my bag.
Yeah.
Because in the past, believe it or not, everybody who used to have the same black roller, people would just take other people's gear, not
Right.
intentionally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not intentionally. Oh, that's my black bag.
Yeah.
Boom, you take it. Oh, this ain't my gear. And then if you're working with somebody, like if I'm in Detroit and I got some dude's bag and he's from West Virginia, we got a problem now, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So because basically I got to ship it there, and that's going to be like $70.
Yep.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So, and I got like a backpack, right? Because folks, if you're a wrestler, you have 2 bags, right? The first bag is your gear. Second bag would be like your first aid kit, your blades,
Some
your
drinks, whatever.
your hair. Like you don't have hair, but I'm not making fun of you, but like your hair
Yeah,
gel,
hair
and stuff,
products.
right? Your
Mhm.
hair. If you're a girl, your hair, your makeup, whatever, all that stuff's in your second bag.
Mhm.
Well, it's just a backpack with Stitch from Disney on it.
Yeah.
So this beanpole, this guy who looks like if Stevie Wonder drew Gary Busey,
Oh.
says to me, ain't you worried about being kind of girly with that Stitch bag?
Hold on. He said, "Hey Ben, what's up with your bag?"
Yeah, what's up with your bag?
That's how it started. And then after your eyes rolled like a Ferris wheel, you said, "That's what he hit you with. Aren't you worried about your bags being girly?"
Now, if this was too old guy, if I mean, I should have put him into orbit.
Right there off of
That
274.
meteor earlier in Northern Ohio, that would have been his body streaking across the sky on fire.
Oh man.
Terrible.
Oh man.
Let's get to the comments right quick.
Let's get to the comments. If Stevie
said-
Wonder drew Gary Busey,
Andy,
Oh man.
Andy wants to know: are we ever going to see Jericho on WWE? When? Well, you got to save him for WrestleMania.
Gotta-
At this
yeah.
point.
At this point,
At
yeah.
this
At
point.
it's WrestleMania.
apparently
plus.
Tony Khan's trying to hold him hostage.
Is it the tack on because of his injury?
Yeah, it's the Ray Phoenix treatment. He did the same thing to
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix.
Sure
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he's still be under contract. Maybe he could buy himself out. I don't know.
They
I've
don't
heard
do
that in
that.
wrestling, but
you don't
know,
you don't offer that to people when you're a billionaire.
Yeah,
Huh.
you just own them.
You just yeah.
You just own them.
Jericho's in Tony Khan's toy box.
That's
right
true.
Now.
He
He's
does
on
kind of like he just
Con-
mashes the figures together. You know,
He's on Guantanamo Bay. brother.
Guantanamo
You ain't
Bay.
going nowhere.
I love it. Karen Olda Dick says she loves the Black Militia.
Of course she
Hey.
does.
Who doesn't?
You know, she probably also likes heartburn.
Probably likes
We won't go into
heartburn,
there.
kitty litter,
Yeah, yeah.
nails on a chalkboard.
She,
Stevie
yeah.
Wonder drawing Gary Busey. This kid, though, if
man.
this was 2001, if I had said that to Ray Steele or Cody Hawk or Matt Stryker, they would have been buried at sea. You know what I mean?
yeah,
like
with your gear bag.
with
you'd
the
have
gear
been buried
bag.
right there.
I would have been like in the middle of Lake Erie at the bottom.
Yeah.
Lake Erie.
Like
They'd have drove you up there,
it's
made
so-
you pay for the gas.
Yeah, pay for the gas.
Stop
Buy him
and get
Subway.
sandwiches.
Buy him a sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, it'd be like Bompensero in Sopranos. You know,
Yeah,
like
just like that
we'll
too.
take the boat out. Can't say his name on the air, but
They
like
hand you a shovel and
right.
say, "Here you go, kid. Go dig your own grave."
what kind of music you want to listen to?
So you gotta put some weights on your ankle too.
Right, exactly. Just not in the face, Tony.
No, not the
Not in the
face.
face. Karen Olden Dick says you're cool having a stitch bag. How dare you let that guy diss you? Like, who says I'm gonna let him?
Tell her to stop simping for the heels.
Stop simping for heels, Karen.
Ooh,
We're not people. We're not people.
Oh,
But I got a Black Militia T-shirt put aside for
Oh,
you.
of course you do.
Of course,
I need that
do.
too.
You want one?
Yeah, I need
I'll
that
get you
too.
one. I got you.
Kev,
I got you.
Huh?
what are you doing?
Do you want the classic Star Wars one, or do you want the Black Power one?
Oh,
Black
here we
Power.
go.
Black Power. All right,
What a
Black Power
schmoozer.
it is. Black Power it is. All right,
I got
it's
the
Sarge's
3X.
turn.
Oh,
This is a
listen
good
to that.
show.
I got the 3X Black Power one for you, Kev.
I'll get one for you. I'll get the Black Power one.
Some better made chips, and
Hey, oh,
You act like you don't like Better Made chips.
they're pretty good.
You love Better Made
Yeah, they're
chips.
pretty good. They're better than Grippos.
Better than
True story.
Yeah, it is true. Most things are better. I'm not trying to knock Grippos. I just don't understand. Is it nostalgia that why people like
Yeah,
Grippos? Is it kinda
They're
like-
They're overrated.
Grippos is a
As
bag
the
from
king,
air.
as the king of Cincinnati, I
Yeah.
can say Grippos are overrated.
You know,
King of Cincinnati.
the king of Cincinnati.
Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, Sargy Two Belts.
Sergeant Two Bells.
Karen,
I
Ol-
saw
Karen, Karen
Two
Olendick,
Bells.
I will not get you a shirt because they are already sold out. So you missed the
Oh,
boat on
And
that.
They were tank tops too.
Sargy Two Belts.
They look like Baywatch. It's like Hobie.
so
So who's your impact player?
Um,
Second one.
So
Any era.
this is a person that I wasn't necessarily a fan of, didn't like or dislike. I mean, I was kind of in the middle, but every little girl wanted to be this wrestler, and that was Lita.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they, when they got Lita, they realized they got somebody who can actually do something that looks like wrestling. She can flip a little bit. She's got some intensity. She's got fire. She comes out. She gets the crowd going. She had like the whole package. Her
Sex
promos
appeal.
were not. Her promos were okay.
Yeah, they were just okay.
They were
yeah.
okay, but she had the thing where if you were a little girl watching Raw, what did they want? They wanted to be Lita.
they want to do the moonsault.
They wanted to move. They wanted to hit
Or
the
they
Lita
wanted the
salt.
kickwear
And
pants.
I was about to
Yeah.
say they wanted to show the thong too.
Yep.
That too. That was when she after she started doing the thong up over her. So she'd wear these kickwear pants, folks. I know we're having a weird conversation, but thong underwear were very popular in the late 90s, and she would just hike up her underwear and then wear the kickwear pants.
Yeah, they were like
normal.
on the side.
Yeah, it wasn't like she was showing her underwear. It was like just the top straps were kind of
Yeah,
sticking out,
yeah.
peeking out of the pants. So it wasn't dirty or weird or
Mm-mm.
anything. But Abby Belvin chimes in, says Lita was sexy and powerful. It's true. She was because she was the first one that was like super hot, but not like
Sexualized.
well,
and
that,
all
but
like that.
also like you hear Jim Cornette say, kind of the blonde hair and the white cotton. That was Sunny. That was Sable.
Mhm.
That was
Yes.
Marlena. That was every girl was kind of like they tried to fit the Baywatch vibe.
right.
They're blonde. they got
Lita
implants.
to me looked like the girl who would hang out with the guys
Yeah,
at the bar, throwing darts, shooting pool, doing shots. She wasn't like a biker girl, but she
Yeah.
was like the cool chick. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That the boys would hang out with.
yeah,
And didn't care if like she grabbed one of them, snatched him up, dumped him on his head.
Yeah.
And they all laughed about it. You know what I mean? That was what she was. Now, I wasn't a super fan of her, don't get me wrong, but I also was not a Hardy's fan.
yeah.
I was more of an Edge and Christian fan. But that was just more of a some like vanilla, some like chocolate, some like strawberry, whatever. I just like them better.
You just wanted hair like Edge.
Man,
Well-
I just like those guys. They
I
were
did
they were
too.
entertaining.
They were the modern day, and nobody makes this comparison. I'm not sure why. They were the Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express.
Right.
And the Hardys
Yeah.
were the Rock and Roll, and Edge and Christian were the Midnight. They
Yep.
were still cool, but they were also dorks and cowards.
Yep.
But they were also excellent wrestlers.
How iconic is the Hardy Boys look? Like
Yes.
this.
I know I'm a Lions mark. Jameer Gibbs, huge wrestling fan.
Mhm.
Jameer Gibbs runs out on the field to the Hardy Boys theme.
Yes, he does.
And he was Jeff Hardy for Halloween this year at the Detroit Lions Halloween party.
Yeah, he sure was.
He
I
had
didn't
the
think
tank
about that.
top on and the arm sleeves.
I have
and
a
the
story
headband.
and you won't believe this.
I will
You
believe
won't,
you because it's you.
but you won't believe it.
Your integrity.
Listen, you will not believe this. Two of my best friends, Chad Kirby and my buddy Fat Ron.
Okay.
I've told you about him. We go to Pistons games together.
Yeah.
He's a huge
Mhm.
UK fan, whatever. They were at WrestleMania 15 and
Okay.
they had this Chef Boyardee WrestleMania like access party. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
At the time, the Hardy Boys were wearing flower
Yeah, the plaid flower thing.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
They're sitting there and they're hanging out and mingling with fans. My buddy Chad looks right at them both and he says, "You'll never make it in this business unless you get rid of those stupid flower pants and you change your look." And he said, "What should I change my look to?" And he said, "I don't know, but I would do the exact opposite of that. If that means wear cargo pants and tank tops," which they ended up doing the surfer.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that he was the only one that told him that, but he told me that story like literally when he got back from WrestleMania. And then boom, they showed up on Raw
With the cargo pants.
pants,
And the t-shirt.
the
I believe
tight
it.
surfer tops, and they're rolling with Michael Hayes. Not saying, again, I'm not saying he takes full credit for that, but they were sitting there eating free Chef Boyardee and that conversation happened.
But at the time, and I know that nobody will believe this, HWA TV would air, someone would debut a look, or one of the female managers would dress a certain way, or they do a spot. It was on Raw the next Monday.
Oh, wow.
Every single week.
That's crazy.
They were watching our program like,
Nova, remember Nova and ECW?
Yeah.
He would debut like a new move every single week on
Mhm.
TV, and he would joke about it. He'd say, "I guarantee this move I do tonight will be on Raw on Monday,"
and it was.
and
It
it would,
sure
and it
was.
would be.
Wow.
But that was the power of WWE in the 90s, because it was like, this is your silo. Like, it's kind of like with, what's his face that just debuted? Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah,
No one knew who
Risky.
he was.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? And for better or for worse, Danhausen.
Mhm.
I expected like
He's
a
over
huge-
now, though.
He's way over.
yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
I see. So I watched Raw this last week. Every fifth person was wearing a Danhausen t-shirt.
Well, he's shooting him out in the Danhausen
Yeah, the
cannon. Did you
cannon.
watch the cannon?
I saw the cannon, and the thing with Kofi and Grayson Waller
Yeah.
ducking the curse
Yes.
and him hitting Grayson Waller with the curse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge pop.
Oh, I
But
love
that's
it.
why you hire Danhausen or the Boogeyman or whatever.
You know, it'd be a
gotta-
funny segment.
good-
He goes to curse Austin Theory, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't need to curse you. Vince left."
Oh,
And that's like the biggest curse he could possibly get right there.
Being a Hardy
Was when
shooting.
Vince left. That would get a big pop though.
terrible. It would get a big pop for all the basement marks out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, no doubt.
I love it. Danhausen's my favorite.
Yeah,
My favorite Danhausen match is, I don't know, because he never wrestles.
He never wrestled.
he got knocked out by Statlander one night on the AEW.
Yeah,
It
doesn't he
was-
get like
it was-
unconscious? Like
Yeah, it was
cold?
great. He got knocked flat out.
Wasn't that
cold.
his last thing that he did?
No, then he showed up in ROH for like his return,
Yeah.
and I think he was teaming with Hook for a little bit. He was Hookhausen.
Hookhausen.
Yeah, they would eat chips, and
I'm an old man, so it goes all that goes over.
yeah,
my
it's
head. I don't
it's
get it.
Guantanamo Bay stuff.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry
It's-
about it.
It's ridiculous.
So yeah, Lita, what do you think?
I think
Love
you're
it.
100% right. She
Every
was
little
on-
girl wanted to be a Lita. They wanted to be the next Lita.
and she kind of had like a. I mean, yeah, she had implants or whatever, but she kind of had like a dude, like a tomboy body. She
Yeah.
was jacked. She had those thick abs, and she had the that beautiful Mesoamerican tattoo mask
Mhm.
thing on. So she was definitely something different. But I think you're right, because she's like, I'm not saying she's old, because she still looks like the same and can move the same. But you wouldn't have Rhea Ripley if you didn't have Lita.
Right.
And she was with S.A. Rios when they first came in.
Yeah.
And when she broke away from him, that was when you started to see her like come out of a shell a little bit with the Hardy Boys.
And she got on Raw instead of working on Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
I think they really did her dirty, because she was over for, with the whole Edge and Matt Hardy thing. Like, she was guilty, Edge was guilty, and the guy, Edge was super guilty.
Oh, no doubt.
And they got the push.
And Edge, got a Hall of Fame induction, and
Matt's
and-
still trying to
yeah.
get in.
Matt's teleporting over on TNA or whatever into the lake or whatever. But like, Lita was just, I mean, they rode her so hard, but she took on the role. She was great.
And you know who else became a star because of Lita is Trish.
Yes.
Yep.
You couldn't have one without the other, because they were like the
Batman
Hogan.
and the
They were like
Joker.
the Hogan and
Mhm.
Savage. Like
Yep.
they were good friends and good enemies.
Mhm.
So
They worked together really well.
yeah,
Yeah, it was. I agree with you 100%. She really changed the game when she came along. Kev, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Lita. I mean, And we get to see her next weekend too.
Yes, and
So,
Trish, Team
yep.
Bestie
You
will
guys
be in
hanging
the
out?
house.
Bestie in the house.
Yeah, we're hanging out.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So y'all gonna go to Waffle House?
Yeah, dude. Did I tell you about our trip like at Waffle House?
Which time at Waffle?
Okay, this dude, he ordered. I call it the Noah's Ark. It was
Just
like
animals.
it was just as many different meats as he could possibly order,
Sheesh.
and nothing was cooked. I don't think any of it was cooked. Maybe the bacon.
Oh man.
I know we mentioned it. Did we mention it last week about your steak?
I don't know. I think
Did
we're
we
talking
talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Rare.
okay. Yeah, super rare. Yeah,
It said
it was
put
like
on the-
it was
put
more
on the
rare
grill
than a
for-
Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah.
run.
Oh, would you stop?
Will you be serious?
I can't
Well,
say
that was
anything.
the
I'm a
thing.
Bills
You
fan.
never got there, but at least 4 times he got the
Lost.
eggs and lost them.
lost.
Lost the eggs 4 times.
Can you imagine losing? That'll never happen again.
to make
Nope.
it 4 times in a row?
No one will ever lose 4 Super Bowls in a row ever.
That's pretty crazy.
Abby Belvin said pork, fat, and cheese makes the world go round.
You're probably right.
Did she ever answer if she's in England?
No, she said she works on the night shift.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She just woke up because she's about to go to work. All right, we got to go pay some bills. We come back. I guess it'll be my turn again. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah.
Right here on 1410 ESPN Radio.
Yeah. 1 pound.
We are card subject to change. I'm Big Kev. He's Ben Chimera. And he is Sergeant Ledbetter, a.k.a. Mr. Two Belts.
Sargy two belts.
Sergeant Two Belts.
I just have one.
He's got-
You'll get there. You know, you'll
Someday.
get there.
Someday.
We are sponsored by Fashion Bug. That was one of those stores where
You're a 90-year-old woman. That's where you went.
Fashion
right?
Bug is
Yeah.
right next to Just for Feet. wasn't it?
right there, right next to it.
Wasn't
That's
there like
Dayton
a
Mall.
whole wall of moo-moos, right?
It was.
Is that the right store?
I
I
think.
think so.
I think so because my mom went up in there one time and I'm like, what in the world is going on up in here?
Was your mom a moo-moo or a dashiki person?
the Shiki?
Dashiki.
Yeah.
I like the dashiki. It's better. It's cooler looking.
More
It
elegant.
is.
You could wear a dashiki in public and not be like embarrassed, but you wear a moo-moo, it's like
Might as well
you
go
on
back
your
to bed.
pajamas,
Yeah,
right?
go back to
You know what I
bed.
mean, like your nightgown or whatever.
Somebody get their grandma.
A dashiki looks classy though.
Plus, so you get the moo moo and somebody gonna have their curlers in their hair.
Right.
Abby
With the straw.
says pork fat and cheese make the world go round. That's
Yep.
true. You go to Polish Easter, you toast the rye bread, you get a big thing of lard. You put the lard on the rye bread after toasting it. You put the cheese on that.
You have to send me a video.
That's
of
a
that.
beautiful
Yeah, you have
Polish
to send me a
Easter.
video. 'cause
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said.
Do you guys like Polish food?
I don't know. I don't know if I've even had anything that's like pure 100% Polish. I've had Polish sausages.
Yep,
I've
that's
had
what I say.
Kielbasa?
certain items, but
Okay.
I haven't had like a full blown Polish meal.
Am I gonna have to come up in here and make a Polish platter for you guys?
Well, what's on a Polish platter?
Kielbasa. Okay.
I already know
Okay.
this is going to be awesome.
Latkes.
I don't know what that is.
Latkes are potato pancakes, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So you crush them up with
yeah,
some
yeah.
cream
I've had
cheese, some
those.
chopped onions. You
Ooh.
chop them, you fry them up, and you mix the potato like a pancake
Mhm.
with shredded potatoes. Put them in the butter, fry them on each side. That's a latkes. So
Okay.
we got latkes. We'll start with some dill pickle soup, some zupa orakova. We'll have some dill pickle soup. We'll have what? You're not feeling
I'm
this?
just waiting to see what Kev's.
Kev, you don't like dill pickle soup?
I don't like pickles.
I'm interested.
Get
on the,
your-
di-
get
I'm-
out.
Hey,
Get out.
I'm interested on the dill pickle soup.
Okay, so dill pickle soup's kind of like Irish potato soup. It's cheese based, but it's pickles, it's carrots, it's peas, it's potatoes, and then sometimes you can put onions in there. Some
Okay.
people like to put
Polish people like their onions, don't they?
they like the onions, and then they also like bacon with the rind.
Yeah, but
So like we buy the bacon block, and instead of slicing it into strips, we'll chunk it out and put it into soup or put it into stew. Bigos, that's hunter stew. That's really good.
Mhm.
And we get some pierogi going. We'll get
Pierogi,
some
okay.
latkes. We'll get some zupa orakova. We'll get some kielbasa, a nice big Polish
So
platter.
the latkes with the shredded potato, is it salted? Is
Yeah.
it, you dip it in any kind of sauce?
Think about, you can put a lot of it's butter lard based, right? Because Polish people, especially Highlanders, because I'm a Highlander, that's farm country, that's mountain country. So like a lot of it's like lard based, animal fat based. So it's butter or it's like animal fat. And if you guys ever had pork lard fat?
yes,
stuff.
I
Not
have,
very
yeah.
often. I haven't often.
So it's just butter. It's like butter
Okay.
bacon.
Nothing but
It's
butter.
bacon. It's like bacon butter. You just like spread it on bread or whatever,
Okay.
and then that would
Bacon
be
butter.
It'd be good.
Lot
It's
of-
good.
So if I was to get into a medical field, would I have good job security as a heart doctor in Poland?
No, because we have no heart.
Oh,
Okay then.
There it is.
It was that little thing called the Holocaust. That's what did it in for us.
So you're saying that you'd have been better off being a pallbearer?
Yeah, probably.
That's messed up.
That's
Wow.
horrible. Did
That
you?
is messed
So
up.
speaking of which, maybe this is terrible to talk about on the air. I totally forgot that they debuted Zeus as what was he? Z Gangsta.
Z
Yes.
Gangsta.
And
Yep.
the tower.
Final solution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
I
Well, then
was
they
thinking about
changed
that
it.
too. Yeah.
Then he was like,
They
what,
changed
the
it to
super
they
solution or
changed it to
something?
the ultimate solution.
Ultimate solution. Who thought to name a wrestler? And Alan Wassilishin did the same thing.
He sure did, didn't
He wanted to make his debut as the final solution, Alan Wassilishin.
Wow.
I got one better for you
Okay, here we
for
go.
2026. At a show over the weekend, I won't name the name, but I'll
Okay.
name the wrestler. The promoter insisted that he went by Killer Kyle Craven. Now tell me what's wrong with that, Kev.
Oh, come on now. KKK.
Chris Carnage did it. Do you remember Chris Carnage? He wanted to be Killer Chris Carnage.
with all K's or
Mhm.
C's?
All
Because I know
Ks.
later it was C's.
It was C's because he wanted to be K's at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, he's not. I mean, he ain't.
Sweetheart.
But he's.
All you got to say. Sweetheart. That's
okay.
all you got to say.
I've never had. He's always been nice to me.
That's what I
just-
mean. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
Okay.
We're
He's
not
always-
dealing.
yeah.
We're not dealing.
I told you I ran into him and Sean Casey
Yeah.
at Kings Island.
We're not dealing.
They were
with-
on
Wow.
Whitewater Rapids and they're going to Whitewater Canyon and they're good. They're going on as I'm getting ready to get on and I'm yelling, waving to them and they're waving back. It was just funny because it's like you see random people at Kings Island, you know.
We're not dealing with like a Mensa candidate here, but he's a very nice guy. I love him to death. You can hear my arteries clogging, Abby.
Yeah.
Everybody wants me to die soon anyway. so
Oh
we're all-
no.
It's true.
Not at all.
It's true. It's time to retire permanently.
Not at all.
My impact players, someone I've talked about a whole bunch, but I want to talk about it in a different perspective. I don't think anybody's had more impact for women in the wrestling business than Sherry Martel.
Sensational.
But that's the thing. Take sensational Sherry out of it and just look at her whole body of work.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this and be completely honest. Did she ever not get something over?
Everything she touched just went over.
even the rotten feud that she had with Rock and Robin,
Yes.
she was at least entertaining on commentary.
She sure
Remember,
was.
she was funny on commentary.
She sure was.
I was sitting back and I was watching her stuff with Flair.
Yeah,
And Ric Flair, folks, we're not talking about the shadow that he is now. We're talking about Ric Flair walks on water, can do no wrong,
Mhm.
top heel. She elevated Ric Flair somehow.
Yes.
She was able to get in that thing in the mix there with Hogan and Mr. T, and she was the star of the show.
Yep.
And we talked about how she's so not just so talented, but like the thing that made her be an impact player, there was nothing she wouldn't do, and there's nothing she couldn't do. And the Hulk Hogan incident with the Booker T promo,
Oh yeah.
we all know that, where Booker T slips up and says a naughty word on the air, but he's ready to get upset. But what does Sherry do?
She's like, calm down.
Smiles, grabs his chest, pats him, and he's fine.
She's like, calm down. I say it too sometimes.
She could too. She could do it.
True story.
She had the pass. But like she could fix anything. She could get anything or anybody over. Everything she touched, she elevated.
Mhm.
Even going back and watching the stuff that I thought was mediocre, like, but it was well done, even though it was kind of mid. The Shawn Michaels, Rick Martel don't punch each other in the face thing.
Yes.
yeah, it was like a sub storyline. but, like,
Yes.
she got it over like it was a top story.
Yes.
Yeah. She
With
sure
the
did.
mirror and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and the way she was able to transform and change her look to everybody she was working with. That picture of
Yes.
her and DiBiase in Manhattan,
Oh yeah.
she looks like she looks like a model.
She elevated DiBiase too.
Oh no
Yeah.
doubt.
And then she's like this biker 80s hair model video girl with Shawn Michaels. And then she's like a crazy witch demon. And then she's Sister Sherry.
Right.
And then she's one of the four horsemen. Everything was different. Everything was over. And when I say she's an impact player now is because, or an all-time great is because Lita took that whole, I'm a loose, evil skank like Sherry did, and followed suit and got it over
Mhm.
after the Matt Hardy thing. And without Lita doing that, in my opinion, Edge wouldn't have been the star he was.
True story. And I
Right.
like how you said that too with Lita too, because it seemed like every Monday she would always come out with something different. It was always something different with the shirt style, trying to cover up her boobs and all this other stuff. I'm like, whoa, now wait a minute.
And it was like taped on or whatever.
Yeah.
But think about but go back to compare to Sherry. Think about the angle where she married Kane
Yeah.
and how like corny that was. But if
Right.
it wasn't for Lita kind of going full Sherry in that,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have worked at all. It would have been just like a terrible segment. You know what I mean? But like everything Sherry touched got over, and so many people followed her, but then other people she was working with. And this is what I love about wrestling and why I loved it. I know this sounds arrogant, folks. I apologize. I want to be around someone who pushes me. You push me, Sarge. I'm like, damn it, Sarge had a good match. Now I got to go out and have a
Sarge hit an arm drag. I
Yeah.
got to do what?
Yeah,
now?
now I got to do an arm drag. I got to leave my feet. No, but seriously, like you watch a match. I watch matches now, and I'm just like, whatever. But you go back and watch Sherry with Harlem Heat, made Miss Elizabeth better, made Woman better, made Deborah McMichael better,
Made the Harlem Heat
made a
better.
Harlem Heat better.
Dirty Dick Slater and
Yep.
Bunkhouse
Slater.
Buck that
Yep.
made them relevant because now she's going with Robert Parker and they're doing their thing.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Everything she did was an impact play that made everybody else better. And when I think back to like her departure from WWF, and I know was behind the scenes was not a citizen of the year, and that's why she left WCW and WW. But if she was showing up to work sober, if I was Vince McMahon, I would have been like, just here's a blank check.
Oh, no doubt.
Come get Sonny over. Come get Sable over. Come get whoever over. I think about like Sherry, if she went like full Mississippi country girl versus Jacqueline.
Right.
Oh,
What a feud that would have been.
Yeah.
Barn burner.
Or just, like
Her and Sable would have been great.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you,
Man.
Sable? Like,
Yeah.
you're here for a cup of coffee and you're getting on Playboy.
Right.
Bam, knock her out in the middle of the ring.
So you were brought up. That's interesting. You brought up Sherry wasn't. She was over with the boys, but she was not over with the office.
Yes.
Right.
Because they called her like the mother in the locker room.
Yes.
If you needed anything from a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to
Mhm.
a Band-Aid to an ice pack, like somehow she was there.
Yeah.
Somebody'd come through the dressing room with a busted up shoulder. Sherry'd go over and get in her stuff, and here she'd come with two. Now this may or may not be good, but here comes 2 Percocets and a pack of ice.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And she's ready.
She
to
was
go
ready.
because she's ready to take care of them. Or they showed up to the arena and they didn't get a chance to eat anything. Sherry get in her bag and pull out a Tupperware, and she'd have a container of like beef stew or whatever and give it to them.
Wow.
Hey, I made this. Take this. Over with the boys.
She was just everything she did was just like, I know this corny, but like everything she did was magical. You watch back her old stuff when she was just the backbone of the women's division.
Mhm.
She carried that. She made like disrespectful me. Velvet McIntyre was not a very attractive woman. I thought she was a good athlete. She was okay as a wrestler, but boy, oh boy, Sherry got her over.
True story.
You Irish, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and it got her over, right?
Yeah.
So, like, to me, it's just like that's what every wrestler out there should aspire to be. Not, I'm not the star. Everybody's like, well, if you don't have an ego, you don't want to be on top of this business. You shouldn't be in the business. Wrong. We're a team sport. I want to
Mhm.
build you up, and your attitude should be, I'm going to build Chimera up. I'm going to build Sarge up. I'm going to. It's like a Google review.
Yep.
If I'm selling you a sandwich and I made the sandwich, you're gonna be like, all right, I'll try it. But if I'm selling you the sandwich and Sarge tells you how good the sandwich is, what carries more weight? The guy selling you the sandwich or the guy with no stake in the game telling you he likes the sandwich?
Yeah.
The guy with no stake in the game saying, Kev, buy that sandwich. It's a great sandwich.
Right.
That means more. And Sherry understood that.
And you forgot one thing too is when
Get into it.
it was one night that she had managed Kurt Angle to get the
Yes.
Shawn
to get
Michaels
the Shawn
angle.
Michaels angle over.
Yes.
That she got him over it right then as well too.
As much as you hated Sherry, when Kurt put the ankle lock on her and she's like clawing at her face and crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump through the TV and beat up Kurt Angle
Yeah.
so bad when I saw
Yeah.
that. Like, you don't do that to Sherry. What's wrong with you, man?
Remember when she's looks out at ringside and Sean and Rick are punching each other and
Mhm.
she faints.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yes. And the other thing too is she knew how to do the vaudevillian comedy pants drop
Yeah.
that was sexy and embarrassing.
Yes.
Right.
She would climb up on the rope.
Yes. And lose her pants.
and
And
then
lose her-
somehow get flipped in the ring.
Yeah.
Where her butt would be hanging out.
Yeah.
And then she'd get up and like
all
have to, like,
embarrassed.
pull her skirt down, but
Yeah.
then feet around and take an atomic drop.
And then when she take the atomic drop, she'd be kicking her legs in the air
right.
and,
Yeah.
and really get it over. And it's just like,
And that goes back to the Medusa thing.
Yes.
She knew how to wrestle.
Yeah.
So that made her a good manager. And that's what we're trying to get with Morgan.
yep.
We're trying to explain to her if you understand how to wrestle, then you'll be a great manager. And if you understand how to manage, you'll be a great wrestler. It goes hand in hand.
All goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
All come tubs together. But like the other piece of that, and I think Morgan's going to be great at this too. She's willing to embarrass herself. She's
Yeah.
willing to go out and do what has to be done to get something over. And that's what's missing. And I mean, an old guy, but like that's what's missing now. And everybody wants to be Rhea Ripley, not just in the way that she looks,
Yeah.
but like I want to go in there and I want to German suplex a dude, kick this guy in the head, and
Cut a heel promo.
Right.
And then I want to go shake everybody's hand and
Yep.
tell them how cool I am. And then I want them to buy my merch.
right,
But I want you to boo me at the same time. How's that work?
So, let's make it make sense, people.
Yeah.
buy my $40 combo selfie 8x10.
Imagine if Chimera comes out, cuts a heel promo, insults everybody, beats up the star that everybody likes, and then walks over to the merch table and says, "Now come buy my shirts."
Something ain't
The
right.
only one person's going to come over, and that's Karen Olendick. She's going to come over.
She
and-
She got a shirt waiting for her.
She was already going to buy one anyway.
Abby says she's buying a shirt too. So how about that, man?
Wow.
Where
Abby-
you
Got
go.
2 of them.
Abby's a mark.
The ladies,
She used to be a fan of me. I don't know what happened.
she found the black militia.
It might be.
And once you go black,
you know, it roots. Hey, Booker, calm down, Booker. It roots in you like a disease that black
Mhm.
militia does.
it's like venom. It's like the symbiote.
Yes, I know. Oh, I
It's
know.
in you. You
That would
love
be a
it.
cool logo, actually.
You love it.
With
That
the
would
hat.
be
What?
dope.
Maybe
Or
it's
the-
maybe it's working.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the hopper.
I was about
Yeah.
to say he probably got it together right now.
I got a bunch of ideas going. Wait till you see the belt.
Oh man.
All right, we got to go pay some bills. When we come back, we're at the hot tag. We're at the go home. We're going to talk about a bit of unpleasantness to end the show. That's uncontroversial, a little bit controversial. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
It's dinner time too. Stay tuned.
Raise your hand.
And ESPN Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are card subject to change. I'm Big Kev. He's Ben Cameron. He is Sarge Two Belts.
That's right.
And you know it's dinner time, but I want to do something different tonight. It's dessert time.
Dessert time.
We're going to skip straight to dessert. We are sponsored by the WWF ice cream bars.
There it is.
I love it.
What was your favorite one?
You know,
You seem like a Macho King guy. Mhm.
No,
No?
no.
Zeus?
He liked the Coco Beware one.
Coco Beware?
Yeah. Frankie doing the bird.
Has anybody ever had a nice gospel organ theme music since Coco?
Devon.
Devon did.
Reverend Devon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about an upbeat one. Devon's was kind of slow, wasn't
Yeah, it was kind of a little slow. But as far as fast, no, not
Rockers had that.
Yeah, was it like a gospel organ though?
No,
No, it was,
just
it
that
was
fast
rock.
beat though.
It sounded like everybody had the fast beat at that same time.
Got to get you hyped up, brother.
Got to.
Yeah, Strike Force. Gotta have.
Hercules had good music. The trumpets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good.
Haku had Jerry's thing, Jerry King Lawless thing.
That's
He
right.
did. Once he was King Haku, he did.
Harley Race used it too.
Sure did.
He was always like currently in the ring before that. He didn't have music before he was the king.
Yeah, he was just in
Curly in the ring.
Yeah.
currently in the ring. Now, if I could go back to having those WWF ice cream bars,
Yeah.
like back then,
Mhm.
Man, if you give me like a like you said, a Macho King or a
Mhm.
JYD or
Yeah.
somebody like that, always the best.
What about an Undertaker?
That too.
Because he was in the he was at the very end of it was when he debuted, and he's in one of those like last.
Yeah,
That's a rare one if you can find it. The
Mm.
Undertaker ice cream bar.
and
I
like,
want to bring him back.
and I tried the ones that they tried to bring back.
Yeah, they're not the
They-
same.
They're really not the same. All it is just like it tastes like
Yep.
cardboard with ice cream.
Yep.
There it is.
Garbage juice. That's what it was.
It was almost kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, right? The original. If I'm
I thought it was a nougat with vanilla, and then had a graham.
It was like graham cracker, almost like a graham cracker. type.
Yeah.
It
Kind
had
of
like
like a
little-
Fig Newton graham cracker,
yeah.
and then it had like a layer of nougat, I thought, and then
Mhm.
vanilla.
It was like ice cream in the middle, and then it was like a cookie at the top.
Yeah,
And it had
was interesting.
chocolate.
but it
down
was
at the
good.
bottom.
It was good, and
Loved
they were
it.
like $1 at the shows. They weren't expensive.
So you had like 20 of them at a show.
I'd get one, and then if I liked who I got, I'd be good. But if I didn't like who I got, I'd pass it to the guy next to me.
And then
then
go
I'd
get
go
another
get
one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Abby said they're missing that high fructose corn syrup. That is the magic
That's what we
ingredient.
need.
That's
Yeah.
every
That
growing
goes without
boy.
saying we don't even include that in our list because we just know it's in there.
Right?
Every growing boy needs high fructose corn syrup.
Got it.
Kev, we're on the last segment,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to get to this unpleasantness because we have to, I guess. Do you have anything you want to say about impactful women? Your pick was great. Do you have any other one that you want to get over or in your thought?
Trish Stratus.
I will give you that 100%.
Trish Stratus, man. When she first came in as the was she like a
Testin Albert.
Yeah, for the TNA,
Oh wait, can I test something? Say your name again.
Big Kev.
No, the name of the wrestler.
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Just testing here. I'm testing some stuff out,
like
folks.
that.
So
I like
bear
that.
We're
with
trying
me.
things on
We're
card
trying
subject to
some
change.
stuff here.
Trying some things.
Yeah.
Never let it be said we didn't innovate.
But yeah, but she came in as like a fitness instructor on Sunday Night Heat,
Mhm.
Right.
and she was just going down the aisle like, okay, who can I manage type of ordeal? Because she went down to a match for with Test.
She had that cowboy hat
Mhm.
on, and then the
And then she
And
switched.
JR mentioned that she was like a fitness influencer or
Yeah.
something, which was kind of weird. That's like before its time.
well, she was, because back in the day, you'd had Muscle and Fitness magazine. Basically, you had like the Weeder magazine umbrella. You remember this, or are you too young for this?
I'm older than you.
I guess you are. But anyways,
But it was cool because she got debuted on Sunday Night Heat.
yeah.
And I'm like, you don't normally do that until like Raw or SmackDown or somebody like that. But for her to get that debut, to get like a look at who she wanted to manage, and then have them go as TNA.
Yeah, Lita debuted on Sunday Night Heat.
Sure
Also,
did, yeah.
She had that look is like so iconic. That black halter top, the big cape with the hoodie, the cowboy hat,
Yeah.
and then those black go-go platform boots.
Yep.
She got that over. Like that was like her uniform. She wear different ones, like different color ones, but it was always like the same.
This is going to
thing.
sound odd, I guess, to say, but was she like the first chick that would baby oil her up top?
So yes, because
'Cause
not
they,
yes
like,
and no.
glistened.
Because here's what you use, Fo. Here's a little trick of the business: baby oil gel, or hear me out, Italian vinaigrette salad dressing.
Really?
Yes, that's what it was.
Hmm.
So Deborah was actually the first, because when she
Oh,
would go
yeah,
out
yeah.
there with Double J, she'd have that pearly bikini on, but then she had like the tuxedo coat over the top of it,
Yeah.
and she'd oil up her legs and she'd oil up her abs and her chest, and she would come out there. You took a picture of her, you would have been blinded by the backflash. You know what I
Right.
mean? She
Jeez.
was
That was dressing.
glistening. Yeah,
Salad,
Italian vinaigrette.
salad dressing.
Wow.
Wow, I never knew that.
Well, you could, baby oil is something wrestlers used to go to. And there's also this stuff called hot stuff for bodybuilders would use. And you spray it on, it smells like cinnamon, but it would make your skin all red and your veins would pop out and your skin would darken.
I thought that was what steroids did.
They do.
Okay.
Hmm.
The good stuff. Not the good
Bless
stuff,
you.
folks. Don't say it. Don't do drugs ever. But
Both ways good.
I'll take a couple of but yeah, like Italian vinaigrette. The problem with baby oil is it's impossible to get off whereas salad dressing would just rub off of you. But if you're out there all oiled up to look good, I pick you up for a body slam, whoop, you're going right over my shoulder. You know what I mean? Because you're sweating on top of having the oil on
Yeah.
you. So it's like a grease pig, you know, like it's like Rocky training, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, we.
With the chicken.
Yeah.
All right. So you say Trish Stratus was impactful.
Yes.
I mean, she still wrestles today. She still looks incredible today. What was the biggest impact you think she had?
The fact that she came in as a fitness instructor and then she was a manager and then she did her little bit of matches for a little while and then she just got better and better and better and better. You know, by the years, everything was starting to click.
Overall, like full overall, do you think she's the GOAT?
I would say so.
She's in the conversation.
She's definitely in the conversation.
It's hard. It's hard because it's like comparing Bob Cousy to Chris Paul. Bob Cousy won 11 championships.
Right.
Chris Paul's won 0.
Mhm.
But Chris Paul's probably the better athlete, better shooter, whatever. But it's like it's comparing two different eras.
It is. Because if you take like the 0-16 Browns, which is probably the worst team ever, you could say the Lions, but the Lions lost most of those games by 1 score.
Yeah.
The Browns got trounced
Oh my God.
Man.
every game when they went 0-16. But if you took those Browns and put them against the Super Bowl I Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers wouldn't even score.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even score on the Browns. You know, you have Josh Gordon like running past people like
Yeah.
a gazelle.
They'd be like,
You know what I mean?
you got him, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's done blew past both safeties, both
Yep.
corners.
He's
everything.
easy. gone.
Yeah.
Right? You got Bernie Kosar's chucking it. I don't know, but you're exactly right. It's really hard to compare eras that are like that because Trish never learned how to work.
Trish and Lita are the goats of that era for
Yes.
sure.
Oh, no doubt.
Agreed. And Trish, just like Lita, would just do whatever. Like, if you really think about it, Trish certainly got around the locker room.
Yeah.
Got around. I'm talking about in the storyline.
Yeah, storyline.
She
yeah,
had
I know
all
what
these
you're
different
talking
boyfriends: The Rock, Test, Christian,
Hardy.
Jericho, Jeff Hardy, on and on down
Yeah.
the line. She was, but that's the thing. She was mature enough to understand this is pretend.
Don't forget about Vince.
Right?
She was with Vince.
Right?
Yeah,
she was
true.
with Vince. So
That was like a great angle.
that was the
They-
best.
about. They broke up over what was it?
WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did she put her head in like some trash or something like that?
Well, Linda like rises up out of the wheelchair
Chair.
like a
That
zombie
crowd-
and,
yeah,
that crowd-
everybody went
and
crazy.
boots low blows Vince. It was like a huge deal. And then Trish slapped him and left. It was- yeah.
Oh
Excellent.
my God.
Excellent.
Trish, she's definitely one of the greats.
Agreed. All right. So,
Uh-oh.
It feels like that. It feels like that. All right. So, all my DMs the past couple of days, at least week and a half since the incident happened, has been, why aren't you commenting on this, Ben? Why haven't you posted on this? And I'm sure, Sarge, you get the same thing.
Yep.
Why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you posting it? OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, used to be considered the gold standard in independent wrestling. They had an accident in the ring about a week and a half ago on their last episode of television where a young man, I've worked on some shows with him, he's been a referee in some of my matches, his name's Dallas, got injured, a traumatic brain injury of a high cross body in the ring. He got knocked out, and then he started having a seizure. Well, the controversy comes in where wrestlers are in the ring and they stop wrestling and they just stare at him. And then someone else comes in and kind of nudges him under to get him out of the ring so they can go to the next spot. And everybody on the internet's virtue signaling. They're freaking out. They're acting like they know better. Everybody's posturing. Everybody's got their opinions. Everybody's postulating. I'd say at least 20 people have asked me what I think. How many people for you? About the same?
Yeah. Just general conversation about it. Like, hey, did you hear what happened?
Yeah. Or
And
why aren't
people-
you talking about
Well,
it?
I would have did this.
Yes.
Well, unless you've ever been in that situation.
Well, let's talk about it as two guys who are incredibly experienced. Before we get into that, though, Kev, you saw the footage, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did.
So what were your thoughts on that?
Like somebody should be, in my opinion, it seems like somebody should be in the back that knows how to do like CPR or things like that. Like, did anybody know like what was going on? Like, okay, dude's having a seizure. It's not part. If it's not part of the show, then something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't part of the show. He was really having a seizure. Like, okay, what's going on here?
And it's difficult too, because typically the referee is pretty safe. The referee is the one who relays to the truck or the back or the producer, oh, this wrestler is really hurt. We got to do something. In this instance, it was bad because the ref was the one who was hurt.
Right.
Sarge, I want you to expound.
Okay.
Please.
So I'm going to talk. It's easy to say what you would have done. Let's talk about what should be done going forward. So if the referee is the one that's supposed to throw up the X, we all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if the referee goes down? What happens? Well, the extra referee on every show should be sitting at the bell table. Now, what does that do in kayfabe and in real? What does that do in kayfabe if you're watching as a fan and you see the extra ref sitting at the bell table? What does that mean to you if you're watching the referee at the bell table?
Says something else might go wrong.
Or it looks more official, right? Because
Mhm.
now when they say 10 minutes gone by in this contest, 10 minutes, it's actually an official ringing the bell. It's not the sound guy. It's not Make-A-Wish and some kid from the local furniture, Bob's Furniture, got to sit and ring the bell, which is cool for one match. But so now you have an actual referee there. Now, who is that referee in kayfabe now? That's that. In real time, what is he actually out there to do? He's out there to keep an eye on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if that referee goes down, now you have a referee who can also have the authority to throw an X up, and now he can stop the match. Now, what if he doesn't know what's going on? Well, we have to train our people better. Every staff, every sound guy, ring announcer, security guard, referee, stagehand, trainee, every single person should be educated on how to recognize a head trauma, a bleeding, obviously bleeding from the ears, eyes, it's instant X. You should be able to recognize what a seizure looks like. How many wrestlers do you think before that happened knew how to identify a seizure?
That's why it upsets me that everybody eats this guy's lunch.
Right.
Like
nobody did.
And I'm not knocking Dallas at all, but he sells like Mark Curtis.
He sometimes does goofy
stuff when he's selling.
And I heard a lot of wrestlers that were there say in the gorilla position, Al said to him in his earpiece, stop selling like that first. That's what he said.
Oh, wow.
So he didn't recognize it at first because, I mean, who thinks that's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm concerned because he had a pre-existing medical condition. So why are you having him take ref bumps?
Especially that ref bump.
Why are you having him it's different if you get like, you catch a super kick and you throw the boot and you kick him in the gut and he goes down, curls up in the fetal position.
Avalanche.
Why are you having him take a springboard phenomenal forearm and get his skull crushed onto the mat?
This kid's 5'3", maybe 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Too.
So Ben,
Maybe.
you've been in the ring a lot longer than I have. Tell me about this. Now, if you're in the ring, how many times have you been in the ring where you know the ref's there, but you're not really like focusing on what he's doing?
Every match.
Right. So I'm not defending these guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not defending them at all, but I'm just trying to put it in a little bit perspective to people that have never been in the ring.
Yep.
If you're working and you look down, that's different. And you see the referee and he's doing the seizure.
Yep.
That's different. A lot of times when you're in the ring, you know the ref took a bump. You're focusing on your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
You know the referee's there because you can see him out of your peripheral. There's a difference between if a guy's laying on the ground and I see him in my peripheral compared to if I'm turning, I'm staring at him, right? So now this dude knows that they have a spot coming. What does he do? He kind of reaches down and he grabs him by, was it his belt? And he kind of
kicks him
back, and then he does the little boot.
Kind of sweeps him with the leg.
Now there's a lot going on there. The belt thing, he should have recognized that the kid was having a seizure, but he probably never seen a seizure before.
Right.
Second part of that is if he does the little boot thing, people are like, oh, he's just kicking him out of the way like trash. How many times have you been in a tag match and you're trying to bump feed somebody and the other partner bumps and now he's laying in your way and you're giving him the Iggy to get out of the way because you know the next guy is going to come running in. It's just like an instinct thing.
1,000.
So it's a combination of uneducated and inexperienced mixed with he's not really paying full attention to what's going on. Now, here's the problem, and then I'll pass it over because I'll have nothing else to say and I want to hear your thoughts. It's a licensed state. We know that. You are supposed to have an ambulance and an EMT on site at all times.
That's what I thought too.
By law. Now, that'll be handled. I'm not There's nothing else to say there. They're going to have to deal with that. But I have heard stories that the EMT that is on site for OVW is basically worthless. Like literally she's glorified Band-Aid. That's all she can do.
Oh, wow.
I've even been told too by workers, and I'm not throwing any names out there because I don't want them to get heat. They have to almost go and grab them and roll them out of the ring and get them to her because she can't even get in the ring to properly treat these people. That's a problem.
That's crazy.
Because where is she at during this whole thing? This whole fiasco is going on. Where is she at? Probably sitting in the back doing whatever. And that's a problem. So there's a lot to unpack there. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'll try to say all this without getting super heated because it does get me heated.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I hate saying that too. What it all boils down to is we have to acknowledge 85% of the wrestlers in our business are not trained. They don't know how to work. If I'm in the ring and I see the ref go down, okay, he's down. I'm working with this guy. These two guys working together stop and stare. And then they go back to running the spot that they were trying to run. Now, I know how to work. If I see the ref start to have a seizure, I'm going to boot the guy I'm working with. I'm going to pitch him to the floor. I'm going to go over as the heel. I'm going to get low. I'm going to take 2 fingers and put them in Dallas's hand. And I'm going to go in his face like I'm a heel. And I'm going to say, Dallas, are you selling or are you hurt? Squeeze 3 times if you're okay. He doesn't squeeze, we're done.
Right.
I'm going to the floor. We're brawling to the back.
Yep.
We're sending medical right away.
Same thing I said.
When he's punting the kid and gets him to roll out of the way.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's kicking him. Now, at this point, this is what's gotten me heat in my conversations, but I don't care because I'm right. If the kid's having a seizure and he's underneath the turnbuckle, he's under a cast iron buckle, he's under a turnbuckle pad that's zip tied, that's basically made out of razor blades. His head is right next to a cast iron ring post. And oh yeah, he's 6 inches away from rolling over and falling to a cement floor. And he's seizing, so he can't protect himself. So if I'm working and I go and I see that, if I'm the heel, I'm running over, I'm grabbing him, I'm scooping him up, and I'm running him straight to the back. And I'm going to put him in the middle of the locker room, and I'm going to say, he's hurt really bad. And then I'm going to go out there, and that blonde chick they have with the really big boobs, Katie Gannon, who's their GM, run her out there to stop the match, talk some heel nonsense, whatever. Nobody wants to see somebody have a medical emergency in the ring.
Yeah.
It's not WWE where it's like bodies have been shattered and people, you could go on after Draws got hurt. You went on after Owen Hart died.
Right.
You went on after Sid's leg exploded. You kept the show going. I'm not saying every time keep the show going. I'm saying that our wrestlers don't know how to work. So they don't know how to cover something like that or protect somebody in that way. And because all they know how to do is have a match and do moves, they let this poor kid potentially hurt himself worse because they didn't know A, what a seizure looked like, and B, how to cover it.
Can I add one thing to what you're saying? Just real quick. When you say not knowing how to work, you're not necessarily talking about hip tackle drop down, blah, blah, blah. You're talking about the whole scheme of it.
I'm talking about
protecting the whole show, protecting the situation,
and protecting his dignity too.
Yes.
Because if he's really hurt and I slip my fingers in his hand, we do it all the time. And we used to. We do something where it was a dive. A dive used to be huge. The ref would come over, grab my hand.
Yeah.
Ben, squeeze me twice if you're okay. Squeeze. I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's telling them, okay, that looked like it hurt me real bad, but I'm good. Let's keep the party going. If they would have known to do that, all that stuff wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And if they would have known to get him out of there when he was seizing in the corner, because that could have been real bad.
Oh, no
Because
doubt.
if he would have had the seizure and rolled out of the ring, how's he going to protect him's fall? It's a cement floor.
Yeah.
It's not padding all the way around. It's just a mat, and a mat. So you basically have a pie piece of concrete. He could have gone straight to the concrete head first.
Could have killed him.
Yeah,
'Cause
while
he
he's
already
having a
has
seizure.
He already has a
TBI.
brain hematoma.
Yeah. So you gotta have people in that ring that know what they're doing, know how to fix things, and get it done. And not you have to find that happy medium between horrifying the audience and protecting the person that's injured. Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say because of the way they handled this, not just the injury, but because of the way OVW handled this, next show's not going to probably draw very well.
They have a chance to suffer into their summer a lot.
Yeah.
From this. Now, if I was them, I would put myself on the front line right now and say, listen, we know we screwed up. We know we were not prepared, but we will not have this happen again. If it does happen, we will be prepared. And here's what we're doing. And then also offer that same thing to other people. I would even come up with a program to where these are the videos you need to watch. These are the things you need to know about. This is the things that we're going to do, and make everybody watch it. And it should spread across all promotions from Maine to Alaska to Santa Fe, New Mexico, on down to Tampa, Florida. Everybody should get this information because it could happen anywhere.
So pretty much like just a make it right type of ordeal.
If I was them, I always like to turn negatives into positives. I would try to turn this negative into positives and salvage this thing. If they act like it's no big deal and they just do business as usual, they're going to get hammered.
I agree with you 100%. And like I said,
they have a show tonight, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens. But like that's the biggest problem is like everybody's taking a dump on all the guys in the ring who are wrestling. They don't know how
your boots, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No, they just need to be educated.
Yeah. This kid sells like a goof.
Yeah.
They didn't know any better.
Right.
And I'm not excusing their behavior, but like you said, they should never be booked ever again.
Yeah, it's
all this
ridiculous.
virtue signaling, you wouldn't have done the same because again, hate me, whatever, spank my wrist. 85% of the independent scene doesn't know how to work.
And they don't know, and they've never seen a seizure.
They don't know how to, they know how to do moves. They know how to 2K, right?
Before Tua on that Monday Night Football, had you ever seen a seizure?
I saw a PSA video as a kid about seizures, like a
Did
first
you ever
aid.
see
Yeah,
one?
I've seen one. Yeah,
I had never seen one. I'd seen video. I'd never seen one. And that, I mean, you felt like you were on the field with Tua. It was like
when he's doing that with his
he's
hands
doing the
up
gang
there.
symbol thing. I'm like, and then I'm like, this is real here. You know what I mean? So I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I would have known something was wrong. And I had this conversation with a few people and I said the exact same thing. I'd have grabbed the guy I was working with and I'd have snatched him. We would have went to the floor. We would have straight to the back. And I'd have said, somebody needs to get out there now. Now. Like, I don't care who it is.
But they're not trained properly.
Yeah.
And this gets me the heat. I don't care.
That's where my second ref idea would be perfect here, right?
Yeah,
because if
just
you
slide
got
right in
that
and
ref
keep it
out
going.
there, you could keep it going. You could edit it for TV.
If you're on shows and you're not still training, you're the problem.
Yep.
If you graduated to the ring and you stopped going to practice and you're wrestling 2-3 times a month, you're the problem. You're the problem.
Yeah.
You need to be at practice once a week and you need to try to get at least 2 bookings a week. You need to be in front of an audience twice. And you need to be at practice at least twice. Period. I still am. Yeah. On May 18th, that will be the beginning of year number 27 for me. And I'm still going to practice. You've got to do it to keep your timing up, to know what to do, the reps, all of that stuff. It matters. It matters. So if you take one thing away from this segment, if you're a wrestler and you're watching this, go to practice with a reputable trainer and learn some first aid. Learn to look at it and learn how to identify an injury in the ring and problem solve on the fly. And that only comes from reps. I don't want to end something on a sour note. Who's the hottest chick in wrestling, Kev? All time? All-time hottest.
All time?
Yeah.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Sherry.
There, oh yeah.
You know, she used to get scrutinized. People would yell like, "You look like a man." Like,
no.
Did you know? Yeah, that's what Shane was telling me, that they would yell that to her.
She had
such a self-conscious about it too. She would get really, really upset about it.
What? She's beautiful.
I know, but people,
God,
it's because she presented herself. She wasn't like, she was such a heel. I think that was like their way of getting under her skin.
I guess she was gorgeous.
Oh,
She's
no
like
doubt.
a 10.
Well, they just didn't-
Hottest chick of all time outside
Oh,
your wife.
man.
Outside of your wife. Your wife's watching.
Man, you know, I wish she would be in the business because she'd be like that Stacy Keebler. You know what I mean? Like
Stacy Keebler, like thorough, like she'd be.
yeah,
Oh man.
tall, you know, long hair. Didn't have to be great in the ring, but Sarah would have been better than her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah, she
sure.
would've.
But I like the women. I don't not into like the slutty ones. Like I don't care.
No,
That doesn't do anything for me.
nothing.
I'd rather have the beautiful, elegant woman than the.
So your favorite woman
whatever.
in the business of all time is Sarah Ledbetter at,
If she-
at practice.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah, that's
she-
the hottest chick in
yeah.
the business.
yeah,
There it is.
yeah.
Booyah.
I got a weird pick. Mine's really weird.
Hold on, we're still cheering for Sarah.
Sarah, your baby, that's biggest pop of the
I
show.
don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Caitlin. I always thought Caitlin was super hot.
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Okay,
Interesting.
yeah.
I always thought
Interesting.
You want to know why? It's because she's Polish, like Beth Phoenix.
Well, that's Sarah's
yeah.
favorite.
Oh, Beth
Sarah
Phoenix.
loves Beth Phoenix. I didn't even get to go into that. Like she loves Beth. She used to be like, she should never lose. That's all she'd
Yeah.
say. She should never lose.
It's the Polish thing. Like, you know, like how you're attracted to like African American
Mhm.
women on the show. Like, you know, like Jacqueline's, if they're Polish, I'm just like, I'm in.
You got my vote.
Right. Caitlin, Beth Phoenix. You know what I'm talking about? They're
Yeah.
like Kristen Bell, you know, they got that angular jaw and the
Yep.
sharp nose. I don't know why.
Are we off the air?
No, we're not. We're still going.
Really?
We're about to go right
About
now.
I was gonna
We
say-
wanted to end the show on a high note. Kev, we'll see you guys next week. We got the smartest, the sickest, the bestest. Paris McQueen live in the studio. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
$5,000 sign-on bonus. That's right. My friends at Cordell